Week 56, guys. This could be the run, I say, right before we lose the run on the next dungeon. Should never say this is the run. Unless it's the run, then it's okay.
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
I'm very, I don't know what you would call it, expressive with my hands tonight, so, because my hands aren't on the keyboard yet, so I'm like... For those of you that know sign language. No, Sorry, I had to contemplate something. We finally got a camo cloak. We might also buy this moon cloak. So, we have 2 moon cloaks. We finally got a camo cloak last night after looking for one the entire game. I would like at least one more for certain dungeons. I might buy this, but if we're trying to push meter, I'm kind of thinking we need to extend the stagecoach. So, I don't know. Let's go check out what's up out here. No, is the run, unless it is the run. That's right. So that means I can say this is the run, because it is the run until it isn't. And if it never isn't, then it always is, and therefore I can say it. Right. Yeah. Anyway. It's in the cage. So you seriously plan on recruiting more folks? Yeah, so basically what I want to do is I want to spawn more green dungeons. Because the thing is, Apprentice dungeons push the meter percentage to the next boss, no matter if the next boss is an Apprentice level boss or not, and they push it the same amount as Veteran and Champion. So, and we want to get more green dungeons spawning. So what I can do is I can actually, once we have all Veteran bosses done, and we don't need to worry about it, basically any character that's going to go to the Darkest Dungeon or I need for Champion bosses, we set them aside, and anyone we're not going to take to Champion bosses or to the Darkest Dungeon, we just dismiss them. We get all newbies in, and we use green dungeons, which are much, much safer to push meter in order to unlock all of the Champion bosses. That's the strategy. We're on week 57? Something like that. Hey, Ignu, how's it going? Snap, welcome in. How you doing, Snap? So, that's the plan. That's the plan I have. Now, we really need to unlock the Flesh. The Flesh is the last Veteran boss that we have. Aside from the Baron. But Baron, this Baron's whatever. We can kill him anytime. I have to push Warrens because of how we are set up right now. I'm pretty sure I have to push the Warrens through Champion or through Apprentice dungeons. It's unfortunate. Then we accidentally send level 0s. Oh, wouldn't that be terrible? That'd be terrible. How you doing, GT? Stalwart. Let me check. Oh, I need to continue to check for Shard Mercenaries. Hey, look at that. Look at that. What, this might be our Shard team right here. So we already have a Shieldbreaker, which is nice. Vestal and Jester, also very nice. So, I mean, claustrophobia and stuff like that. And we even have a Highwayman. Hippocratic Highwayman. Dadgummit. Montgomery. Flea Market. I'm talking about Flea Market. Montgomery.
Elusive, evasive.
Vestal got bad healer. Yeah, like I said, we can remove those things. Like, I wouldn't want to, but if it comes down to it, we never find another Shard Mercenary, and we want to use a Shard Mercenary, like, we can always actually heal them, you know? We'll see. How you doing, Phantasma? Welcome on in. With a Vestal, 2 Iron, 1 Shieldbreaker. Oh, yeah. Those are surprisingly good teams. The only problem, it's... I guess it doesn't matter as much if you're not playing Zero Light. The only problem would... I think there was just a crash. The freeway's not far from our house. I just heard lots of wheels screeching and like a thump sound. Anyway, what I was saying, Hytala, the only problem with teams like that is you can't recover. Like they're so high damage, high speed, that you kill fast, which is great because you take less damage and stress because you don't have as many rounds. But the damage and stress you do have, you don't end up having rounds to heal it. So a lot of times, like, a good example is, like, if you have the giant crab and it crit bleeds someone, but then it dies super fast and you don't have bandages or something, you're not able to heal that because you just don't have the rounds to do it. But they're really good. Yeah, man. I haven't heard anything like that since I've been living here. How you doing, Rakes? How's your hand? All right. Alright, let me look at level 3s and 4s. What do we have going on? Just picked up how many different badges. Those are Shard Mercenaries. They are from the Color of Madness. I have a clip that explains everything about them. I think it's exclamation Shard. Oh, something like that. But if you want to watch that clip really quick, and then if you have any questions about them after the clip, just let me know. Because right after Color of Madness, I was explaining it all the time, so we actually made a clip for it. So check that out if you want to, GT. It should explain everything. How you doing, Nathan? Welcome on in. Now here's the thing. I'm not doing it, but I know an exploit now, and I've not done it on this, but I could literally use the exploit. I showed you guys on stream on another save file to push meter, but that would be, I'm not going to do that. You froze potatoes, carrots, herbs, onions drizzled in grapeseed oil, garlic, dill, salt, and pepper. Hand still hurts. Food sounds good at least. I ended up making a sliced smoked sausage, rice, red peppers, bell peppers, onion, garlic, single skillet thingy from scratch. It was good. It took a lot of time though, which I really don't have at the moment, but it was good. So we're gonna take, I mean, we have a lot of level 4s, but where you are. Thanks, Nathan. Supporting my suffering. I mean, who are we going to take to the Crimson Court? We're going to take either 17 or Fluffkins. We're going to take one of the Jesters. We're going to take one of the Vestals. And we're going to take one of the one of the Houndmasters. Snap, how much XP does Snap have? He needs 10 to level. So we could actually do 2 dungeons on Snap without him, or until he's not gonna level 1 dungeon is what I'm trying to say. So that's okay. Cat's gonna level in 1 dungeon. So we have 3 dungeons worth of Vestals left. 3 yellow dungeons. No, we have Irish. We have 4 yellow dungeons. And we need 1 for the Baron, we need 1 for the Flesh. So we have 2 Vestals that are free to do other things. Don't you get Rust Space? No, they're not stronger. They're just like normal heroes, only they cost shards to use, and you can only use them in Endless Harvest, basically. But they're not stronger. Talking about food making you hungry? Welcome to the channel. Hoopa, let's see. Hoopa could do a medium dungeon without leveling. Right? Yeah, it would be 1 point off leveling. So, I mean, we actually could go do this Ruins, and we do need to push meter at Ruins, but I really need to push the Warrens. Beard back. Hey, Beard, welcome back. How you doing, Beard? Like, I need to... Warrens is the most important thing to push right now. Your secret, you're always hungry? Oh, my fingers still smell like garlic from chopping garlic. Even though I showered. I washed my hands twice and showered since I made that. My fingers still smell like garlic. Man, I really don't want to do this. I'm going to go do the Ruins. This guy smells nice. That's true. That's true. Irish, Luminous, Hot to Trot, Clove a Week. Yeah, at least. It's not the worst smell. It's very true. Very true. Okay. Cat has Hippocratic, so Cat... I'll probably take Hippocratic to to the Crimson Court. And Crimson Court will level cat if we finish it, I believe. So I can't take him here. Snap has Beast Hater, which, you know, is good in the warrens, obviously. But it's like we need defensive stuff for the flesh on our Vestal. So Beast Slayer Luminous, soft is unfortunate. We'll get rid of that. So I think Irish will go against the flesh. That means I can take Snap target elsewhere. Okay. And then what's our other lower levels? Tet. You can take Tet. Soft this week. Yeah, I think I will. Signorlo is wasting. We have blood, though. We can take blood with us. And then you're in the party? Yeah. So, Signorlo is fine. I need to level Doc also. This is actually okay. I like this party in general. I've used it a lot. This should be alright. And it's a lot safer than going to the champion warrens. We have a lot less chance to get a Shambler here. I mean, it's still possible. It's an 8%. But 8% feels a lot better than 12. That's for sure. These guys are all upgraded too, which is really nice. Okay, any diseases we want to get rid of this week? Extremeling has Spasm the Entrails, which doesn't really matter. -% on healing skills while camping on a Jester. Doesn't matter at all. Okay, so which one was it? Which Vestal? Irish? Yeah, alright. So we'll get rid of soft. Luminous is just really good. It's one of my favorite positive quirks. I mean, it's not as great on a Vestal, but it's still defensive, right? I'm going to lock in pretty much anything defensive on our Vestals or Hippocratic. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Anything else that we want to get rid of or lock in this week? Egomania is a forced interaction quirk, but it doesn't force interact with very much. It's not that bad. I don't think it's like get rid of right now. Same thing with Dacnomania or whatever. Dacnomania. Spiritual is interesting because it helps her heal herself with Divine Grace or Divine Comfort, but it does nothing for the rest of the team. I mean, which is good. The Vestal seems to be the target a lot of the finger in the Darkest Dungeon, and Reezy is going to the Darkest Dungeons. So I mean, I'd much rather lock in something like Clotter, but obviously they don't have it. So Thick Blooded, that's another good lock-in for defensive reasons. So we might lock in Thick Blooded. Let me go ahead and throw them up there, especially Darkest Dungeon 3. The main threat of dying in Darkest Dungeon 3 is when one of the cells crit you with that tongue move or whatever. I don't remember what it's called, and it also leaves a blight. Like, it can crit for 30-something, plus blight. So having any extra amount of blight resist is pretty good. Gurg is in great shape. Don't have to worry about Gurg at all. $17. Why is it that we always get Hellions with Hippocratic, like tons of them? Run 8 had like 3 Hippocratic Hellions. Hey, Spearmint, welcome in. How you doing, Spearmint? Steve Asor, welcome back. How you doing, Steve Asor? Prune, good to see you. By the way, I know I read your message, but I didn't say, hey, Prune, how you doing? So now I am. Quick Reflex is good. Hyrule Fool. Welcome back, Hyrule Fool. Who is the Hyrule Fool? Is that Tingle? Who would you say is the Fool of Hyrule? Tingle? It's gotta be Tingle, right? It's gotta be Tingle. How you doing, Reezy? Welcome on in. Guys, so many of you have come. Thank you for being here. I always appreciate it. We're about to get started. I'm just planning. When you were like 8, gotcha. You know Tingle though, right? Do you remember Tingle? It's a good name. Yeah, I like it. Hey, Math, welcome back. How's it going, Math? How's your dungeoning going? Hero Mania hard skinned. It's hard to pass that up. That's really hard to pass up. The thing is, Ginger's not going to the darkest dungeons, but hard skin is so good on everyone. Hard skin is one of my favorites. 10% protection is incredible. Who are we likely to use next week? Din or Ginger? Out of the two of them. Alright, not... Wait, that is Din. I'm not sure which one we're more likely to use next week. Level 5. I mean, we have other level 5 Vestals, so we don't need to use them, even if we do a champion next week. So I think it's more important that we get Gingers. But the problem with getting Gingers is that she's going to spread the curse. Rabies and other diseases. Would that be nice? If you get rid of any disease in 1 week, no matter what. Hunting down all the charts in 1 weeker. Took a break for a hot minute. AP test today. Gotcha. Need to study for. You know how you did? So I can't really put Ginger in here because of that. Alright. So that settles that as far as Ginger is concerned. I hear ambulances and sirens and stuff now. Something happened on the freeway. Hopefully everyone's alright.
He will join us or die, Master.
Snowblind, thank you for the gift sub to Math. Math, welcome to the sub club. Snowblind, thank you for that. I appreciate it, as always. Math, you will no longer get advertisements on this channel for a month, and you get to use all the emotes. You can use them anywhere on Twitch. You can spread love and sandwiches and gasms and hypes and, you know, whatever you want. Anyway, thank you, Snowblind. Alright, settled. We're locking in thick-blooded. Man, we're chewing through this gold. Holy
He will join us or die, Master.
What? Snowblind, thank you for another gift subs. Stevosaur, welcome to the sub club also. More love, more sandwiches, soak the soil. Snowblind. Stevosaur, welcome in. Same thing, no ads, all the emotes, unlimited sub sandwiches for a month. It's an incredible deal. Snowblind, thank you again. My harem face. Alright.
He will join us or die, Master.
Snowblind, thank you for another gift sub. Spearmint, welcome in. Thank you, Snowblind. Spearmint, one of us. One of us.
Stockpile of curious trinkets.
One of us. One of us. I actually really like the quick draw charm. So I'm not gonna buy it right now. I don't think we need it. 3 moon cloaks. Finally. Now we just need a couple more camo cloaks for the other dungeons. Alright guys, let's do this. First dungeon of the night. No more stalling. No more stalling. Let's get in there. Weak Madness. Thank you, Stillblind. We are the item. No more stalling. Let's do it. We're going to take both healing trinkets on our Vestal, on our Houndmaster, Overture, and a Moon Cloak on our Highwayman. Dark Bracer, I don't know, I kind of want to take Surgical Gloves still, but, I mean, Moon Cloaks are just so good. Now, it does give us additional stress, and we don't get the crit out of it, but with him having 31 health and there being Bone Commanders, I think I'm just going to take the Moon Cloak.
Hey everybody, my name's Cletus.
Hey, Cletus.
Want some cornbread?
Welcome in. Thank you for summoning Cletus. Appreciate that as always. We'll do Dark Bracer.
The Q is a conveyor belt of death. Good luck.
Truth. Truth. Now the downside is our Highwayman doesn't have any accuracy. So I could trade out the dodge for accuracy. Is that 25 dodge? This is going to put him at 40 dodge. No, 45 dodge. That's pretty
It's a Christmas.
We'll be alright. We'll be alright. We gotta take blood. Blood. Let's get it now. One wasting, that's right. Who made the emote? Our emote artist made all of them. So, I told her what I wanted and she made them. Exclamation emote, I believe, or emotes. We'll get you the link to her. There you go. Thank you, Phoenix. Lexi, the Vassalon Crusader from Highwind. You know, Nard checked. You beat on here, but yeah. That's right. That's right, Jerees. We're doing it. All the food. Thank you, emote creator. Yeah, she made awesome emotes. Stack shovels. Oh, we'll do 3 keys is fine. So we gotta take stuff for a Shambler. Unfortunately, because we are in veteran. Are we waiting? Hey, Stuff, we're just getting started. How you doing, Stuff? So we got food, we got shovels, we got stuff for a Shambler in case it spawns. Got a little bit of curio interaction. Upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp. Upgrades, trinkets, skills. Man, I hear more ambulances and stuff. Something crazy must happen out on the freeway. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Camping, upgrades, trinkets, skills. Can't hear it. Winning. Shambler. Upgrades, trinkets, skills. Alright, guys. First run of the night. We got our blood. Food shovels. Food shovels. Giant spoons. Let's do it. Can't hear it. Man. So what are you fine folks up to tonight, aside from either rooting for my victory or my demise? Anyone else also dungeoning? They're wasting, so we need to give them blood. Come back more. Covering from death. Shambalam. Whoa, Black Betty. Shambalam. New monsters, are you listening? Someone watching. Need to gain some HR for your hunter. Ribbing. Existing. Begrudgingly. Hopefully not begrudgingly. Switch devices, trying to finish the project. Been working on for far too long. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, winky face, no worries. No worries. If you want 10 minutes from now, 15 minutes, anytime's fine. 10 months, 15 months. Seriously though, Sublime, no worries. Chicken taquitos, hanging out with your cat, playing Magic, playing Arena or like real Magic. Jock's D&D stuff while you listen. Still think that's a pretty awesome idea.
Press this advantage.
80 hours wants Hunter World. Hunter is only 25. Arena. I only got to like Hunter level 6. I want to play it more, but get those stuns in. Included, so you're killing a bunch of clones. Your duplicates, right? Your dupes. Killing the dupes. Just afraid I'll take over. Cross and worried. It's controversial stuff, so leave it. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, Phoenix, you know the deal. If you ever want to talk about it, either in chat or like, you know, send a message on Discord or anything, let me know. If not, though, just say hopefully all things just are going okay, or we'll get better. Hope that for everyone. Definitely haven't had a great 2019. Seems like a lot of other people have not either. Paper Magic for Commander only, since Arena came out. You'd like them to live. You want me to tell you, I don't... You want me to tell you one of the secrets, not really a secret, that I found out, Raider, after my first couple of attempts at Auction Not Included failed miserably? It's not really that secret. It's not really like a big thing. But basically... Gotcha. Basically, don't get any more duplicates, no more dupes for a long time. We're talking like stay with 3, maybe 4 for like forever almost. We're talking like 200 cycles. It makes it so much easier. So much easier. You're not like putting out fires everywhere constantly. and they're actually pretty efficient. Just a minor tip if you're not already doing that. It helped me out a ton. Single white stress caster. 3 o'clock.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Snowblind, thank you for a donation. The dankest donation. I haven't heard that in a while. Let's play it again.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Snowblind, thank you for the donation. Hashtag totally not Shambler. This team's pretty good against Shambler. Oh, get it out. Get it out. You've got 50? It's no wonder they're all dying. Alright, we got crit. Unfortunately, I'm going to try to stun this one.
Precision and power.
You have 50? Do you really? Wait, what cycle are you on? Riposte kills are so good. It's OP. Like, it's literally overpowered. Because when a riposte kills something, nothing it would have applied other than damage and crit stress apply. That's it. Was it a stress move? Not anymore.
Decimated.
Did you cut me open from ear to ear? Nope. No bleeding. No bleeding. I still took all that damage. No bleeding. Like, it's crazy how good riposte is. They need to chill. 220. Oh, I thought you were, like, saying that you had just started or something. Well, you're a professional. Stop saying it's OP or they're going to nerf it. It is! It's overpowered. Ugh. Can we stop getting crit? That'd be nice.
Concentration.
That'd be real nice. 1 battle, 2 crits. How you doing, Boone? The geysers now. Is overheating the base? Oh, yeah, yeah. I never got to that problem. People said I would have that problem eventually, but I always found other ways to die. Heat death is what a lot of people talked about, and I was like, heat death. First you have to have food. And oxygen, turns out. Hey, Bacon Man, welcome in. How you doing, Bacon Man?
Destroy them all.
Oh, I'm not talking about heat death of the universe. I'm talking about heat death in oxygen not included. Irish thing for the lurk. Cut your Irish. Dozen years minimum. Do I want to camp? I don't think so. I think I want to save the camp for recovery this time. Alright. So, as much as so you can use the holy water on this to guarantee a bunch of stress healing. But I'm almost thinking we should not use it right now, right? Because then we have this recovery here. Like, imagine we have a Shambler in this hallway. This would be amazing to come back to and get, you know, 30 stress removed. And don't you remind me of that, Kaz. Hanson? Was that their name? Anyway, I'm going to wait.
Even the cold stone seems
I think Boone DJ is talking about the heat death of the universe, whereas the universe will continue to expand forever, and eventually things will get so far apart that things will start breaking down, get very cold, and eventually all molecules supposedly will also separate, and everything will just be spread so far out, so far away from everything that everything will be completely frozen and gone. What a lovely topic. Your Shambler? No. Let's use holy water to get rid of this stress, though, that we just got. How you doing, Larkin? How you doing, Kaz, by the way? The Mbop boys? Yeah, wasn't that the Proton Decay? Nah, we don't have to worry about any of that, though. We don't have to worry about any of that. That's the only song I know that exists by them. It's the only song I know. And I wish I didn't know that one, to be honest. Hanson. Alright, so we're immune to hunger in the next hallway because we got a hunger proc. Solution to the heat death universe.
If only treasure could
There be
stop
light.
the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Who knows? Might change again our understanding of it tomorrow. Or in 10 years, or 100, or 1,000, or a million. Who knows? For now, that's the leading speculation of how things will eventually come to be, but... Cars, you missed repayment, someone call and care. Well, I'm sorry, Boone. That doesn't sound good. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but they care about the money. No hall battles. Yeah, no hall battles. No hall battles in this dungeon, right? Yeah. None at all. We're fine. Something's changed in a million years. So you're able to last a century? I'll say you never know. Never know is the thing.
Eradicated.
What'd you send? Like the ancients, yeah. Tree acorn effects will become a massive influence on the new bangle. Again, maybe? Harvester should do more damage to skeletons based on the fact that dogs like bones. That would be that would be kind of OP though, because he already does extra damage against beasts. So we did extra against unholy. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind it, but yeah, who knows? Who knows, Larkin? No one, not to. Take him out. Oh, 1 health. 1 health. Ugh.
Unbalanced.
26 crit. See, that's what I was worried about. Thank goodness I chose to wear the moon cloak. Thank goodness. That is the exact scenario that I was like, I need to take the moon cloak over surgical gloves. That was it. With stunning.
Well struck.
Hey, Tendus, how you doing? Thanatos. Fearful. We need a good heal here. I could have guarded him, but then we wouldn't have been able to kill the stress caster. You get the stun in. Come on. Come on. Got it. Got it. What are you doing here? He lives here.
Sedated.
What do you mean? This is his house. Hey, Rebel Rod, with your favorite emote. How you doing, Rebel Rod? You lived here first. I'm just gonna kill it. Can't risk it putting us at death's door.
Turning point.
Can't do it. Count me out. I'm almost there. I never knew about that quote somehow. Eating some dinner? What you eating? Guard that, big boy. Was I fighting a Bone Commander when that was quoted? Not here for loot. Not here for loot. Most likely. Not here for loot. Not. 6 manservants that time. It was a buffet. Welcome here, but I don't want to eat you. That I know of. Turkey sandwich and some chips. Chips. Hunger proc. We're immune to hunger in the next hallway now.
Finding the stuff is only
I use these dog treats. Or else I'm gonna end up throwing them down. Man, I wish I had gotten a scout there. We're getting later in the dungeon, right? Start using these provisions for loot. Oh, good dodge. Okay, we'll use dog tree here. That shuffle doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all.
The blood quickens.
One down. Get reposted, please. So I can put some damage in here so that Riposte has a better chance at killing if it attacks here, but it's probably going to stress our Crusader, so I'm just going to AoE heal. Only 5s. Yeah. Get our Crusader. Our Crusader's just going to stress heal himself this whole time. Good crit. Way to go, Doc. What's up, Doc? Dodge. Bumps in the night. All we are bumps in the night. True story. Get him out. Related to Monsters Dungeon? Yeah, Larkin. No problem. Thank you, Phoenix. Bone boy. Bone boy. So we got our second hit in. We can stress heal again.
Such a terrible assault.
Don't laugh at the bone boys. They'll make you pay. Hey, Coach. How's it going? Coach, you're in the RimWorld colony now. You were officially recruited. No! Oh! Senior Low, you literal god. Woo! No, so it's the best time to dodge. I'm gonna stall this round. Don't tell anyone. Just don't tell the monsters, it'll be alright. What a trade. Good lord. That would have put him at death's door. That was so good. The luck of the last 3 streams have been so incredible on Darkest Dungeon. It's unreal. There's going to be a dizzying fall, though. Wayne already told me.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Man. Stay cool. Blockage. Who put this here?
It's easy. Just always crit and always dodge.
It's done. Strategy. We did both. We dodged and we crit with a riposte. Strategy works. I'm gonna camp. If we feast, we're immune to hunger here. Proc, immune, proc. So we need 8 food after that. So yeah, we can feast. We're gonna grab Unparalleled Finesse for the dodge speed, melee damage, and accuracy. And yeah, I'll prevent nighttime ambush. That's fine. Do I want to grab scouting? We aren't going to have a lot of opportunity to scout, but I mean, we still could. Yeah, that's okay. Excuse me. Scouting. Shambalam.
In radiance, may we find
Is,
victory.
what the crap's going on? Burping like crazy. Anyway. The Shambler's nickname, Black Betty. This team is kind of annoying, but it's not, like, super strong. Yeah, knock him back. Ha ha ha. Stunned us, though, unfortunately. It's not strong, though. Like, gargoyles seem like they need buff, to be honest. They're just not very strong enemies, especially for an enemy that only starts appearing in veteran dungeons. They're just not great. I mean, they do have a lot of protection, but they have really low health. They're just kind of annoying. Not very strong. I can't point blank shot here. I mean, I can, but then our Hound Master won't be able to do what we want him to do. If only I could riposte Howl.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Don't stun him again. Thank you. Thanks. Bad dodge. Should've went for the stun, I suppose. Do we still have a dog treat? Yeah, I should've used that last time. I'm gonna take out the gargoyle. Hey, PJ. How's it going, PJ? Welcome in. so we want him to use a Rend. Well, I mean, more so, I want to stun him. And that'd be ideal. Crit gives us a 20% extra chance to stun, but we still missed it. So that was like a 70% chance to stun there. 60? Probably 60. So we have a trinket. 25 stress, non-crit. No stun. We need to stress heal her. Big time. We need a semi-stall fight. So like, not a trap. It's not what we want. I don't know. There's not really good stall fights in here. I mean, this is probably as good as it gets for a stall fight. And this isn't very good. Oh, nice dodge though. Because the marksman crits a lot. Bone Noble obviously causes a lot of stress. Oh, that's unfortunate.
A decisive
Good crit there. I guess I should have just shot with him.
Inspiration and improvement.
Oh, good dodge. Double dodge trinkets coming in handy. We'll stun this one, in part so he obviously doesn't damage or crit us, but also so it doesn't stun anyone or knock anyone back. Come on, Snap. You can make it through this. Alright, so for the rest of this, our Crusader will stress heal our Vestal. Ooh, another dodge into Repose kill. Senior Low. Senior Low is a machine, though. Have you seen Senior Low's quirks? Let me introduce you to the crit machine that is Senior Low. Deadly, precise striker, crit trinket, machine. Trying to raid all Indismas to create the final form. Diddled? No, I haven't considered that. I think that would be too OP. Too OP. I'm gonna squeeze out a stress heal here too. I'll stun this off. Our Crusader still has 36 health, even though it looks like he has much lower health. He still has more than anyone else on our team right now. Good crit. Do need to kill the Bone Veteran.
Obliterated.
Senior Low. What a god. Literal
Exposed to a
crit for crit. Senior Low is the reincarnation of Senior Pineapple, I believe. Hence the name. You guys remember Pineapple's high wind from back in the day? Good scout. Hall battle up there. Critical scout. Critical scout. So we do have at least one more hall battle. Can toss the shovels. I don't want to get rid of any of these because that hall battle could very well be a Shambler. What's the link? Yeah, it should be fine, Boone, as long as it's not a non-safe for work sort of thing. We're not going to loot these because I don't want hunger spawn. Still never died. I know. There we go. That's all the food I can eat. Diddled. I'll check it out in a minute. Well, here we go. The odds of us getting out of here without an affliction are pretty slim. I mean, it's possible, though. We're going to be bloodlusted. Senior Low is going to take no prisoners. One shot. I need you to crit. One opportunity. He couldn't capture it. I need to heal, but if I heal... I mean... We got 2 more battles after this. I think... I think I probably heal and then I guard her. Renault spaghetti.
Rarity in the fever pitch of battle.
Dodge. Good dodge. Alright, so now Tet has 65 dodge. Perfect. Good dodging. Great dodging. Everybody dodge.
Sedated.
Just keep it up. Hopefully we dodge all the stress. Dead weight kind of sucks. Oh, we resisted though. We're alright. We're alright.
Maximum level reached.
Clint. Maximum level Clint. Clint. 13 months. Clint, thank you for the tier 3 resub. Guys, if you're a subscriber, if you could come back from the lurk for a moment and drop some love and sandwich emotes to echo my appreciation to Clint. One of the few. There's like 6 members of the Golden Sub Club. Clint is a long-standing member of that club. How you doing, Clint? Thank you so much for the continued support. The golden support. Thank you, Clint. How you doing, Din? 2 shoes. I do 2 shoes. Colonel Sanders, good to see you. Man, 13 months. That's insane. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Oh, bad dodge. Doing well. We'll go with okay. We're doing okay. Golden subs look good. So while trying to protect her from stress, now our Crusader is stressed. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Sedated.
Foul rewarding. So we're like mode last few days. Oh, no worries, 2 shoes. No worries. Hopefully everything is alright with it though. But yeah, no worries, 2 shoes. You know the spiel. Larkin helps out as well, of course. But alrighty, Phoenix. So the goal is to stress heal on our Crusader, or with our Crusader and our Houndmaster every round that we can squeeze it in without putting ourselves at risk. Now, the Gladiator does 50% additional damage to marked targets. We're still at 33 health. We have protection. Should be alright. I don't think he can crit that high. It's kind of not what I wanted him to do, but good dodge. Hey, Delta, thank you for the lurk. I'm just gonna use a. I don't even know if I'm gonna use a bandage, actually. I'll heal him this round. We'll have a partial stall round. But we don't know what these 2 fights are, so the more stress we get rid of in this battle, the better. I mean, always, obviously, but especially with a hall battle coming up. I mean, that is extremely possible that's a Shambler. 8% chance. Let's get our second hit in, so we don't get any reinforcements. They're both at 52. Guarding stalls. If there's a corpse or forces clear a corpse to take its spot. I believe so, Cry. I'm like 95% sure. I don't think just having... No. It does. Yeah, they'll clear it. I remember now a specific time. So you can't like just leave 3 corpses up or 2 corpses or whatever and it protect you from getting reinforcements. That would be a pretty nice exploit if it could, or a clever use of game mechanics, but yeah. I remember now. So I'm like 99.9% sure. I used to, until I was like super taking advantage of it. I mean, other people were too. You could even stall on corpses, right? You can't do that now either. Or it counts as a stall on corpses now anyway. Alright, we should probably get out of here. I really want to get these further down, but I mean, we've shaved off a lot of stress. I don't want to push it.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
So there's no way we can find a secret room. There's who used it. Red Hook caught wind of it and changed it. Well, I mean, it wasn't just me, but I was absolutely telling everyone about it, and Claire went and posted a clip or a highlight or whatever in the official Red Hook Darkest Dungeon Discord, and then like a week and a half later it was patched. But yeah, I was absolutely using it a lot until it got patched. For whatever reason. Gives each hero 9 skills, 100 dungeon difficulties, new trinkets, overhauled enemies. Raven Crest. Use what? So, back when they changed stalling to make it more punishing, Color Madness came out. I found a new way to stall, and what you could do is attacking a corpse didn't count as a stall. So, as long as there was a corpse up, you could stall out extra rounds just by having 2 people hit corpses with weak attacks, and not get reinforcements. But they fixed that pretty quickly. Oh, we fell to 95% disarm. Oh, that feels bad. Because we're going to have to go in that battle with 18 health. Oh, what if he fells this 95? Holy crap. Oh, that would have been tragic. Fell 2 95% in a row. Hey, Mexi, welcome back. How you doing, Mexi? Please don't be. I mean, the infinite malignity of the stars. No, luckily not. Oh, get him out. Get him out. Inflicted damages your own team. Yeah, I don't know that one. Whoa. Sit low. Just take it easy. We need to heal you. There, now you can finish killing. Super coffee. What's super coffee? Sounds terrible. Welcome back, Phoenix. I played in CSGO scrims tonight. Sounds like a good day. What's my day been? That's how I'm answering everyone today. It's been a day. Today did exist, that's for sure. That was a good fight.
Nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Just grass, hot water, plus milk and a little sweetener. Coffee brewed with Red Bull. Holy Christ. Sounds deadly. Do I have herbs for that? We made it. Tomorrow can be better. Hopefully. Good surprise there. We need to kill both of these if we can. Okay, that's fine. That's actually what I was gonna do. This is the most important one we kill because it will do stress attacks from there every time. But the cultist enchantress, she has a chance that she's not gonna stress, right? Like she can push or pull. It's likely that she does stress, but at least there's a chance that she does it. Coffee plus espresso shots, known as a red eye, black eye, or dead eye, depending on the espresso amounts. Hi, Edson. Tina George 1024, welcome back. I don't think any way that you eat or drink is a show of your, I don't know what you want to call it, toughness or something, right? Like, I don't care. I hate coffee. Drink it however you want, however you like it, as long as you're not like hurting someone else with it. Some ghost peppers. Dodge. Good dodge. There we go. Boy, we heal. We crit. I wish it was here, but can't complain. I mean, I can complain. Kind of just did a little bit, but, you know, I shouldn't complain. Yeah. It's not good. So this guy does 50% additional damage to marked targets. So that's not great for us. Oh, point blank shot him. Get him out. Never mind. We're good. Bloodlust for the win. This guy can't kill us. I mean, he can't crit for 20, right? I shouldn't say that. No, he can't crit for 20. We have 10% protection. He would crit for like 12 or something, 14. Whatever he crit for before, I suppose. Bloodlust actions, I know. That's pretty awesome. And then the other, was it last night or Saturday? Last night or Saturday, we had Bloodlust. I mean, we had it cause stress several times, like the AoE stress. But then we also had someone that was at like 40 or 50 stress 2 rounds in a row just to get rid of 15 stress from Bloodlust. It's like, body still decaying? Yes. Yeah. They can. It's the same kind of mechanic as sort of like in the in Endless in a way. It's good. To whoever stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy. Ha! I mean, boo! How you doing, Himmeal? So the game is easier or harder post-Color Madness patch? It's harder, but it's not because of the extra crit and stuff. It's harder because stalling got patched. That's the only thing that's made it harder, in my opinion. Like, it was... So, when I did Torchless Bloodmoon back before stalling was fixed, or changed, you could literally, at the end of almost every fight, just stress heal back to 0. And boy, did we. We had some fights in the darkest dungeons that would be 400 rounds long. I literally had a fight in Darkest Dungeon 2 that was like 480 rounds. But do what you have to do to win. As long as it's within the confines of the game. The OG Endless, yeah. We had, in that same run, in that same Torchless Bloodmoon run, I spent 180 rounds on a fight in Darkest Dungeon 1, and then 400 and so, 460, 480, something like that, in Darkest Dungeon 2. Okay, and it was long. Oh, this was like several hours. Oh, wasn't that fun?
Can be healed, but never hidden.
Full health effect if you get negative? Yeah, it does. So there is a formula. There's 2 different formulas. One formula is if you complete the dungeon, if you finish the quest, there's a formula, and if you run away, if you leave the dungeon without finishing the quest, there's another formula. And the higher stress on a hero, is a slight increase on if they get negatives at the end. Now, even with 0 stress, they can still get negatives. So it's only really a slight increase with stress, unless you have a lot of stress and you abandon, and you have a really high chance. How you doing, Klaus?
More bones return to rest. Devils remanded to
Takes
their
many rounds to de-stress. Because I was cheesing virtues. Like, you could do that. So what I would do is I would go in against the 2 zombies. So there's a fight in Darkest Dungeon 2. Where you start in Darkest Dungeon 2, if you go up immediately, there's a fight with 2 zombies that don't attack and 2 other guys. And so those 2 guys, I'd just kill them, and then we'd leave the 2 zombies up, and I would pass turns on someone until I got to 100 stress, and if they didn't roll a virtue, I would spin rounds to get them back to 0 to get rid of their negative. Watch that. Is that the one? Is that the one with all... Is that one of the ones with all the rounds? Grumpy Monkey. Grumpy Monkey, thank you for the host. How you doing, Grumpy? Calm sucks. Thick Blooded's good. Creeping Cough really sucks. Eldritch Hater is great. Sinirlo is just going to be a beast. Sinirlo is going to carry us through Darkest Dungeon 2 if we can make it there. Man. That worked out so well for that dungeon. Oh god, no it didn't. New monitor's been set up. Does that mean I'm enormous? At 83 when you fast forwarded.
Your soldiers' minds are mired in malignancy.
Fear has taken root.
No. It's the same size. Anyway, minus 50% virtue chance in our next quest kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. No camo. Himmel's dead. What attempt? This is attempt 20. Attempt 20. Interesting. The Necromancer is up. Freaking thing from the stars is annoying me. Always where I want to go. Hey, Brave Mustache. Mustache. I'm sorry, but you died on RimWorlds. There's nothing we could do about it. You took a grenade to the brain. Literally. Died in one hit. Your character profile said that you died because your brain was obliterated by a grenade. So, hey Mustache, how's it going? I do a Strange Trees. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Nacho points and macho points. Nacho, 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 man. Oh, virtue checks if you don't get stressed out. Truth. 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 Getting Silence in the Crypts would be really nice. And then do the Necro next week. But can I afford to do that? I mean, I can take Hoopa. Because Hoopa is just going to do Flesh. They're not going to level here. That means I can take Ginger, Yokuz, or Tet. I can take two of them. I can take two of them. Am I going to use Sinirlo on any of the veteran bosses that remain? I'm not going to use them on the Flesh. I'm not going to use them in Crimson Court, I don't think. No, I'm not going to. So it's okay if Sinirlo levels. So I can just bring him in here again. Don't have as much stall potential, though. I'm not going to let him take Doc either, though, right? The problem is Doc has Creeping Cough now, which is really unfortunate. Creeping Cough. Minus 20% damage really sucks. I mean, for the most part, Doc is stunning and stress healing anyway, so it's not like... It's not the worst, actually. Man, Calm plus Creeping Cough, minus 35% damage.
Community.
So Holy Lance wouldn't even be able to really take out a Stress Caster on round 1, I don't think. Gilly Sniper. Sniper, thank you for the follow. I mean, I could take double Houndmaster. It's kind of a weird take, but we have so many. How would Double Houndmaster be? Double Houndmaster Flagellant Vestal would actually be okay against... Hold up. Oh crap. No, we still have Cat, okay. I don't know. Because we need to level Yokas, right? Ginger doesn't need levels. Cat would level off this, but we're gonna wait to level them. Snap would be fine, as we determined last time. 17 doesn't need to level. Sneerlow does at some point. I'm not gonna use them on any of the... BK also needs to level. Alright, I think this would be alright. How much experience will we get? We get 6, right? We get 6 experience, so Hoopa goes 1 point below, which is fine because we want Hoopa for the flesh. And then Sneerlow levels, which is fine because Sneerlow is not going to the flesh. He's not going to the Baron. Yokas gets to 34, so we can use them again. And Snap target levels, which is okay too. I think this is alright. Like, this isn't a great team for the Root. They're fine. The good thing is this team is actually really good for a Shambler. Pretty good Shambler team. Hopefully you don't have to worry about that, but it is a pretty good one. It is a pretty good one. Okay, they're all upgraded, huh? Hey, as long as we have the blood to lead people back in town, this is what we'll take. Okay, let's see if there's anything we want to get rid of. Ginger had something, right? Hard skin we want to lock in, so we'll get rid of Hero Mania, lock in hard skins. We're only going to look at people with a curse. Oh crap, I didn't look if she was wasting. She's craving, that'll be alright. Nightbot die. I don't use Nightbot, so I have no idea what you mean. I've never used Nightbot. And the bot we do use is working fine. So anyway, the only thing we want to put in here is other people with a curse. The dungeon's going alright so far. So far. Hey Electronica, how's it going? You're not seeing any bot-related commands. Well, I mean, you typed death blow and it said you survived the death blow. I'm seeing all of them, so I have no idea. Maybe you do you have the bot blocked or something? That's the only thing I can think of, is if you have it blocked. Baron tonight? I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing the Baron tonight, because I still need to do the Fanatic. So I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I can see too. So make sure you don't have the bot blocked. That's the only thing I can think of that would make you not see a certain user's messages in a chat. Irish will get you stress healed this week. Alright, let's go. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. But it's fixed now. The Dungeons of Vestal, you are. You are. So, our Vestal healing as always. Houndmaster, Overture Mooncloak, pretty much always. Souls are your what healing. You've healed a lot. Mooncloak, Dark Bracer, Dark Bracer. Hard skins, huh? Surgical gloves, that's alright. Oh, you got a clip of Brave Mustache dying? Is that what that is? One sec. All right. It's not loading for me. I usually don't click links when I'm playing anyway, but if it doesn't load in a second, I'll just look at it later. I mean, he went down like, well, instantly. And like I said, the crappy thing was like right as the grenade, the one that was throwing the grenade, like fell. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Don't know. All right, I give up. I give up. All right, giving up for real this time. Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Afterwards. We'll look at it afterwards. Okay. Alrighty. Discord, yeah, thank you, Cry. Stream's okay here. Oh yeah, I was just trying to Twitch wasn't the clip. I don't know. It seems so like when I go to look at clips off of Reddit and stuff like that for other people's streams, if I ever go to the Twitch version of it, it has a lot of trouble loading the clip. But if I go to like the mirror of it, which is on a different site, loads no problem. I don't know what the deal is. All right, let's do it. Hey, Voodoo, welcome in. How you doing, Voodoo? All the food. Stack shovels. You gotta take stuff for a Shambler just in case. Never know when we're gonna be shambled. Gotta take blood. I don't think I want to take 8. I mean, no, it's just better. Opera loading Twitch stuff. Might be browser related. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I have Chrome at the moment, but I don't know. It seems to come and go. Food, shovels, yeah, Shambler stuff. We got blood. Upgrades. Trinkets. Skills. Camp. Upgrades. Trinkets. Skills. I got ahead of myself. Camp. Upgrades. Trinkets. Skills. Camp. Upgrades. Trinkets. Skills. Camp. Alright, we're good. Let's do this. Internet was acting funky, so glad. Could start working before the stream ended. Fall asleep to the mantra.
Can the defiled be
So a veteran,
Can the fallen find rest?
oh crap, I didn't end up removing that disease from our... This is a long dungeon for a medium, yeah, medium. Anyway, I didn't end up removing that disease from our Crusader. Alright, veterans, so... Hall battles have 8% chance of being a Shambler here, 4% chance to be a Collector. We haven't seen either in a while. I mean, we saw a Shambler on Saturday. So, that was only two and a half streams ago. So, alright, Bloodlust is gone.
A star-spawned horror.
Don't say his name! Man. It's kind of crazy. My hands immediately start sweating. This does suck. Yeah, I know. Hey, Tet. I know Tet. I know Crescent. First one? No, it's not. Alright. It's a veteran. It's not the first one. Holy Water, we're going ahead and get dodge up. Good luck, thank you. Holy Water, get a riposte going. This is actually a pretty easy team for it. Our Malignant. How you doing, friends? How you doing, Pork?
The blood quickens.
It's not a Christmas miracle at all. Alright, here we go. Good news is we have a decent team for this. This team isn't even that great for the ruins. Oh, but we have dodge stacked. Yeah, get him out. Crit riposte kill. Sinulo. I'm telling you, Sinulo's a god. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Treat? Well, the treat wouldn't have helped us with the guard, so it was useless to use it that round. That was the run compared to run 4. I don't know. This run's felt easier than run 4 did, honestly. Sinulo is a god. Like, seriously. Give me a second round, yeah. Houndmaster's dodging everything, which is really nice. Need to keep our holy waters up. Yeah, Sinulo. He's not getting any stress or anything because he's just riposte killing them. What week were we on? Like 58. 58 or something like that. Let's get a riposte refreshed. Got the bleed. This is risky leaving the clapper up, but good heal.
Is restored.
Kill them before they get buffed too, yes.
Impressive.
Oh, that's a bad shuffle. It's a really bad shuffle. One of the worst we could have gotten. Holy Water's back up.
Well struck. A singular strike.
Don't get ahead of ourselves. Easiest Shambler of my life. Literally.
The offensive.
Get out. Go back to the stars. Man, those are riposte crits.
Easy. Just
Those are riposte crits.
and always dodge.
No, it came back. I already sold this. That was good. That was good. Christmas miracle all along. Oh, man. My hands are still sweaty, though. It's good. That was the best Shambler I've ever fought, honestly. Like, I don't think I've ever had a Shambler go better. Look at this. 61, 72 stress total. You know, we were kind of lucky that I was the first fight, right? GG. My hands are sweaty. My hands are sweaty. Okay, so I don't think we need all this anymore. Bye-bye, Trito. Are your arms heavy? My knees are weak. Bomb spaghetti. Got vomit on my sweater already. Bomb spaghetti. I'm not gonna loot these until we go to this room. But yeah, that felt good. Hello, Paladin.
Hacks laden with loot are often long.
Now watch us die to 4 spiders. We'll get rid of the treat at some point. Spaghetti on spaghetti already. Yes! What is tonight? This is the run, guys. It has to be. I've been looking for camo cloaks for so long. We just kill a Shambler and then we just get a camo cloak in an urn. This is an amazing sign, right? This is the run. Don't get ahead of ourselves. We're not. We're like We're like 60% through. We have a lot of game left to go. But holy crap. What a night. Oh, what a night. Who sings that? Is that Billy Joel?
Watch your
Felt easier than Run 4. Have you adjusted strategies? So the one thing that I've done differently this time, actually, mustache, is I prioritized using a jester more often, which is dangerous. It's inherently dangerous. But what I did to compensate for that danger is that I tried to get defensive trinkets. I got lucky and got a defensive trinket early, and then I tried to get more of them, tried to target some defensive ones. That way I could bring a jester for that early game stress relief without as much risk of him dying. So I think that actually helped out a whole lot. I don't parallel finesse with a buff. We'll do scouting. And we'll prevent nighttime ambush. Billy Joel, I was right. Ask a question if you don't mind. Oh, where was that? Sorry I missed it. Where was that? Are the roaming bosses limited to once per dungeon? Yes, they are. Four seasons. Yourself that overconfidence slows this killer. I know. Why do you need camo cloak? Because camo cloaks work in Darkest Dungeon 4, in the Crimson Court, and in the Farmstead. And my strategy for beating Darkest Dungeon 4 with no deaths involves stacking dodge, and the camo cloak is one of the best trinkets in the game for stacking dodge.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly.
I don't know. I'm not gonna get rid of the bandages quite yet. I don't think. Might end up needing them. You haven't been able to do torches in Darkest Dungeon 4 since apparently 2016 or something. But no, Darkest Dungeon 4 always counts as Radiant. Darkest Dungeon 4, Farmstead, and Crimson Court, all of those always count as Radiant as far as torches, or as far as trinkets and things are concerned. I'm afraid of her getting point blank shot, but. Yeah, sorry I missed it, Strange Trees. If anyone ever has a question and I'm super paying attention to the game at that moment, or chat's a little bit fast or something like that, if you put AMA or type Adam in any part of the message, either of those, it takes the message and it puts it over into another box I have set up so that I can come back to those questions really easily, even if chat is scrolled past it a lot at that point. But yes, the roaming bosses are once per dungeon. The only caveat to that is that you can't have more than one Shambler, but only if you summon. Oh, challenge view as a hero in the Farmstead. Not unless. So as long as no one goes to the graveyard. If anyone goes to the graveyard, we lose the challenge. So as far as an endless, if we lose someone in endless, no. Behind this fight? Oh, behind my whole challenge? What do you mean? Why am I doing it, or? Good crit.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Body equals no death. Lost 2 characters. Forgot you left it there. Sorry, man. Like I said, that's how it is. Sometimes, I mean, even now, I could just lose characters, but definitely early on, God, I lost a ton of people. We'll use Exsanguinate. Good crit. Great heal in the back. To a Shambler and Collector in the same dungeon, yes. You can actually run into Shambler, Collector, Thing from the Stars, and Fanatic all in the same dungeon. Oh, why the heroes have no light? Because the heir who is responsible for their provisioning and well-being is a cheapskate that won't buy them torches. That's the lore. You prioritize your own upgrade, your town upgrades. Sith, welcome back. So, Sith, if you can remind me when we get back to town, it's easier to like show. But basically, long story made super short, I prioritize making sure that we have our weapons, armor, and skills the level that we're going into the next dungeon. So if I'm about to start veteran, I make sure that we have all the way up to level 4s unlocked. I prioritize skills over weapons over armor because I feel like skills give you more bang for your buck overall, depending on the character, I suppose. But as far as those, that's the order I prioritize them in. I feel like being able to kill enemies faster is better than being able to survive longer and giving them extra chances to crit you and things in general when it comes to upgrades. Also, upgrading your roster is really important so that you have a wide variety of heroes that you can use for different situations, and also level slowly so you don't outlevel your gear and stuff. So basically, upgrading the stagecoach, the guild, and the blacksmith are the 3 top priorities. After that, I usually get the wagon upgraded a little bit so I can fill in trinket gaps. And I usually wait to upgrade the sanitarium until we're about to have a quest reward that's Caretaker's Convention. Because Caretaker's Convention makes the sanitarium free for a week. And so I like to have like a second slot open in there when that happens. But I can show more in more detail if you want when we get back to the town. Has that happened to you? No, I've never got all of them. I've definitely had a Shambler and Collector in the same one, though. The heir. I.e. me, yeah. No, I haven't had them all happen in one. Count Me Out had a bug right after Color Madness came out where the Fanatic was in every single dungeon, even if he had already killed him. So, he had a pretty good shot at having things like that happen. Trinket Lady in favor of armor weapon upgrades. Yeah, it's not a priority, so it's like a lesser... Definitely get your... The thing about having a really... you know, big roster is that you can level them all. You want a really big roster and level them kind of evenly, right? You don't want to get like an A team all the way up because they'll out-level your upgrades. So the great thing about having a huge roster and leveling slowly is that you don't need to have like veteran level weapons and armor upgraded or researched or whatever you want to call it right away. So you can spend a few crests to have some more trinkets come in, or, you know, get your sanitarium upgrade a little bit. These are each Darkest Dungeon. So I know the Darkest Dungeons really well. Like, I know the maps and I know what we're fighting. There's a different strategy for each one on why I choose what I choose. A lot of it has been like trial and error too. You know, I've taken a lot of different teams to the Darkest Dungeons over all the playthroughs. But yeah, I mean, it depends on which one. If you let me know which Darkest Dungeon, I can kind of go in more detail about a specific one if you want. Yeah, and I'll show you, Sith, you remind me when I get to town. I'll show you a little bit more in detail, like what I do, why we have what we have. Was there one you wanted to know specifically, Electronica? Actually, I do want these. Trying to get to Cartographer's Camp. What is this dungeon? An easy Shambler into a free camo cloak into a secret room. What HDD specifically ask? Well, I'll just give an example, I guess. So, like, the first Darkest Dungeon, there's 3 main threats. On the way to the boss, it's stress and bleed. Stress and bleed, that's the 2 big ones. So you want to take people that that have reach or riposte, some way to neutralize the targets that cause bleed and stress as soon as possible. And then you need some strong recovery, stress healer or a Investal usually. So stress, bleed, and your last thought is the boss. The boss is the Shuffling Horror. The Shuffling Horror is kind of a version of the Shambler that doesn't have clappers, but shuffles you a ton, hence its name. So, you know, just taking into account that, like, Riposte is really good because it AoEs and shuffles you a lot. Highwayman can get back forward and reposition very easily. So yeah, I mean, it's just knowing what that Darkest Dungeon can throw at you and trying to counter that specific thing. In the first one, it's bleed and stress and shuffle. Hey, Cornholio, welcome back. How you doing, Corn? Welcome on in. We fired all? Oh yeah, we're on like week 58 or something. Good dodge. We're probably like 60, 65% of the way through, maybe a little bit more.
Obliterated.
Just killed a Shambler. I feel really good about it too. It's a really good Shambler fight. 4 in a 4-team comp. So Darkest Dungeon 4 isn't very hard on you damage-wise. Not really. It's stress. It's super stressful. So if you bring a Jester that has like something like one defensive trinket and maybe a stress healing trinket like the Bright Tambourine, and a Vestal. Otherwise, it doesn't matter too much. Like, Reach is really good in there. Bleed is really good in there against the final phase. So there are a ton of teams that can work in Darkest Dungeon 4. It's kind of the easiest one of the 4, really. I'll see if we can get a stress heal in. But stress is what really kills you in Darkest Dungeon 4. I mean, bleeds can add up, of course, so that's maybe one more thing to kind of keep an eye out for. Bleeds against the heart itself are amazing. One of the early times we killed the heart, we had like a 50-something point bleed on it. So, I mean, Hellions are good. Hellions are great almost everywhere. She has a reach, she has good bleed. But yeah, just keep stress in mind is the biggest thing in Darkest Dungeon 4. Do Champ Shambler Collector? I don't know. We haven't been doing that, Boone. But, so I don't know. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Started Dark Souls 2 today. Not very far. Like it so far. Scott 2. Majula. Spent a lot of time killing that hippo thing before you even leave the old lady's house. I gotcha. How you doing, Orchestra? Welcome in. How you doing, by the way, Eagles? 9 heart attacks, DD4 before the wipe. Yeah. That is the thing in Dark Dungeon 4. It's stress. Stress. The damage output isn't insane. I mean, you can get a lot of, like, take every provision that can help you in a battle. You don't need shovels and stuff like that, but every provision that you can use in a battle, you pretty much want to take. And there's ways to cheese Darkest Dungeon 4 also, but as long as you have a way to, you know, you have a good healer, you have a way to get rid of all that stress, you should be alright. Rocks. I really loved Dark Souls 2. Like I said before, it gets like crap. People say all the time it's the worst Soulsborne game. I really enjoyed it. I liked it just as much as the first Dark Souls. Justin Q, they're your favorite class right now. Yeah, I usually use 2 or so, sometimes more, but usually about 2 Jesters. It's bad. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. Ha ha ha. How you doing, Jeep? Welcome in. Am I getting better with my fake laugh? I can't throw down the shovels yet, man. Eh. 3 altars. We don't even need to go down here. Please mod no ban. Nah, I'm not going to go that way. There's no reason to. design choices, like some runs, the bosses are completely obnoxious. Yeah, that's true, but I mean, overall, I liked the game just as much as the first, really. The thing about... So that's the one thing about Dark Souls 2 that I really felt they missed out on, that didn't capture the same magic as the first game, and that's the map design. And I mean, the individual maps are fine. Like, I have nothing against those at all, but it was like a really... When I was first playing through Dark Souls, Crimson Curse, blindly, it was like this magical moment when I realized how everything just links back together. It's all so compacted. It feels like a huge world, but the design is so intertwined. When you come out of one area and you're like, and you get a shortcut all the way back to Firelink or wherever, you're like, holy crap, I was right next to Firelink Shrine this whole time. Like, that's something that Dark Souls 2 didn't do, unfortunately. So I understand people's gripe on that one, but I still think it's a really good game. Favorite is 3. Love the DLC. Yeah, the DLC zones are really awesome too. 3 is the best. Just poke that hippo for 5 damage at a time or not. Do it, because it was the first thing that felt kind of hard in Dark Souls in a long time. Rip. I like all the Dark Souls games. I like Bloodborne, Sekiro. Really love playing Sekiro blindly on the stream. But I think Dark Souls 2 gets a bad rap, for sure. Bloodborne's actually the first one I played. That's the one that got me into the rest of them. Bloodborne's one of my favorite modern games, for sure. Man, this mosquito's been up for 3 rounds. Try to like it, you can't get into it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those people that are... Like, I'm not elitist about any game, you know that, I'm sure. So I know that not every game is going to be fun for everyone, and I don't think it's a matter of, like... Oh, it's because you need to get good. You don't like Dark Souls because you suck at that genre. A lot of, like, the Soulsborne community is like that, unfortunately. But no, it's a genre, right? If you don't like it, it doesn't bother me at all. I play Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Really love the Soulsborne games, but it doesn't bother me if someone doesn't like them. It's like some people, I don't know, that community in general, not all of them, obviously, but there's a lot of people in those communities. And maybe it's just that they're the most vocal, right? That are like super hardcore and they try to make the game sound harder than it really is. And geez, trade at 15. Bathroom, the music is nice. See the Sekiro too? Yeah, me too. I was mentioning that to my wife the other day. I was like, man, FromSoft always puts out 1 or 2 DLC. Can't wait until Sekiro has a DLC. Yeah, we have time. I mean, it might not just not be something you like, Sokar, you know? But you could always try it again. But yeah, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. No big deal. Tiger uppercut. I don't know why. I always think of... Anyway, Tiger, thank you for the follow. Street Fighter. Supposed to be in general, yeah. You like 15? I've never played. To run Dark Souls 2 for started. Maybe controls. Iframes you get when you roll. Be nice the game explain these things to you. It's super not hit. Yeah, like I said, the combat is a little bit different. It's feels a little bit sluggish. What will happen if you kill the heart with 1 hit of 170 plus damage before it turns to phase 3? So have sacrifice 2? No, Tiger, you won't. There's 2 different ways to kill the heart without it coming to your maker. One is to one-shot it, like you're talking about. One shot. And the second is to 2-man the entire fight. I 2-man the entire fight, but you can do the one-shot too. Been there for a couple years. What's on? That was like Sim 1. Alright. Final fight of this. This is a rough team, actually. This is one of the veteran setups of the Ruins. Veteran and Champion that can really, really hurt. So, Bone Marksmen have high crit chance, do a lot of damage. The Bone Commander has a lot of stun, and he also has Crushing Blow, which actually does about 27 crit against 10% protection.
A momentary abatement.
How's it legal for the enemy to crit 3 times in a row? Counts as a death this run? Yes. Coming to your maker would count as a death, yeah. But we don't have to worry about it. Turn-based RPG when it started. Those, and it was fine, because those... We do it, and the rest of us could keep it turn-based. Half the audience, really. I never knew they switched away from turn-based at all. I haven't played one in a long time. Headlight points 0.01 HP, yeah. A crit. I don't like the Occultist. I think the Occultist is a good character. Like, all the characters in the game are actually decent. Like, it's pretty well balanced, right? The tiers aren't too far apart. The Occultist actually is a better healer early. Well, I mean, on average, it heals for more than the Vestal early game. But the Occultist obviously has a risk. So, I think too few people put the Occultist in position 1 and 2. The Occultist can heal from 1 and 2 and also has one of the best stuns in the game. So putting them in 1 and 2 is a really good bet. Generally, if you're going to take an Occultist, you're probably also going to want to take someone else that can patch people up in case they're on death's door. Dodge tanked. But yeah, the Occultist is fine overall. I don't use them much in this run other than the early game just because, like I said, it's a risk, you know? And I'm trying to min-max a lot in this. But -3, yeah. Say position 2 healer? Yeah, like the Occultist. That's the only position 2 healer, right? Run if coming to your maker cause you to reach the death limit. Yeah, Electronica, yep. Yep.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Crusader, I don't know. Crusader, I don't really ever see him as a healer. If you mean like pairing the Occultist with him to have someone else that can like pick up the slack, that's fine. But I mean, I've tried primary healer being the Crusader before, and it's the good news is the Crusader's healing range is very minimal, like the gap, so you know kind of what he's going to heal every time. It's good to have that consistency, but can't really out heal very many things in the game. Just for stress heals only. My favorite use of the Crusader is start him in position 3 or 4 with Holy Lance, and in the beginning of the fight, use Holy Lance to help you take out the stress casters in the back. And then as soon as the stress casters are dead, he just stress heals the rest of the fight. It's my favorite way to use him. Guys, over 30,000 gold, a moon cloak, a camo cloak, and a dead Shambler. What a dungeon. Cinemania sucks. Obsessive food. No! Elitrator, gone already. We just got it. Just got it. Oh well. Eldritch is the most common enemy type. It's also Darkest Dungeon is full of them. Hey, our third camo cloak. Guys, what is tonight? Is this real? Am I dreaming? Am I in the hospital? My wife and I and my daughter went for a very short hike before the stream. Am I unconscious in the woods somewhere? Over town grades? Yeah. I will. Thank you for the reminder. Alright. So basically, the very first week you get to town, the very, very first week, what I do is I upgrade Stagecoach Network twice. That way we have 4 heroes. Nakoma. We have 4 new heroes every week. And that's important early game because no matter what happens on your dungeon, you're going to have 4 fresh heroes next week. They might be a crappy team, but at least you have 4 people you can send out next week no matter what. So upgrade that twice. After that, I usually upgrade the barracks 1 so I can get a slightly bigger roster. And once that's done, then I upgrade the guild to its first upgrade so we can get our level 2 abilities on everyone. And then I upgrade blacksmith weapon and then blacksmith armor. Now once that's done, then usually I come back over to the stagecoach and I'll get hero barracks up another time or 2. And after that, I pretty much keep things pretty consistent between tavern, guild, and blacksmith. Now once we're starting to get excess and we have that really wide roster and we don't need to upgrade things to veteran or champion super quickly, I'll funnel some of the extra crests into here. I actually upgraded all the way this time. And I do that so we can fill in those trinket gaps like moon cloaks, camo cloaks, and stuff like that that we didn't get a chance to get in the dungeons. And the only other thing I really upgrade is the sanitarium. Usually I try to get the treatment ward 2 or 3. Now, after you start getting all these upgrades, I'll also funnel a little bit of heirlooms into reducing costs of treatments and things. Let's get rid of heroes with too much stress. No, not usually. Depends on the hero. Like in this run, I haven't dismissed anyone just because they have a lot of stress. But I mean, you can do that, yeah. But we have a time limit in this, so I gotta make sure I'm keeping them. So what I try to do is try to do as much in the dungeon as you can so you don't have to do it in the town to cost money. So you can camp to get rid of diseases if you have the right heroes with you. You can use Curio Interaction to get rid of negative quirks. You can use Curio Interaction for stress healing. Stress heal at the end of the dungeon. You can try to save your camp till the end to recover. So I try to do as much as I can. Yeah, and if you're using the districts, which is a DLC, you can get one district on week 10. It's the earliest you can possibly get a district. And I recommend either the bank or the cartographer's camp. Bank is 5% interest on all the gold you leave behind every week. Cartographer's camp, it says torchlight's more beneficial, but it helps you even in 0 light. So it gives extra scouting, extra roll for loots, and 2% crit on all your characters. Laptop crashed. It's not good. I mean, to at least come back. I'm gonna sell this idol again. Wait, what do we get as the reward? Oh, Mooncloak, right? Hey, Fatty. How's it going, Fatty? 684 hours on the dot. Hey, doing, Fatty? Welcome back. Able to buy your bank. I always get the bank on week 10. It's the earliest you can get it. That's what I get it on. Pound Town. About an hour's worth of work. Man, that sucks, Snowblind. Sorry, Snowblind. I know those feels. I know those feels. 1 second, guys. Alright. Alright, we're good. Nice. Red sub badge. That is awesome, Fatty. Alright. We're going to do another champion boss. Are we going to have 2 Shamblers in a row? About to find out. We're going to do this unless we are not good on blood, which I think we're fine on blood. Okay. No Shambler. I mean, we just had one, destroyed it. Doesn't always happen, though. So, I'm going to take, obviously, a Vestal. Let's go ahead and sort by class. We have 3 options for Vestals here. We have Reezy, who's Eldritch Hater, Mankind Hater. Both of those help here. Spiritual helps here. Din, I think Blooded's okay. Eldritch Slayer, I mean, doesn't really help. I think I'll take Din if for no other reason then to go ahead and get them to level 6. I'm going to take a Jester. So that means Bladed Wolf. I want to take a Hellion, which means Steven. Then what do I want in position to... You're a Jester, you are. Have been injured during tonight's dungeons? No, not yet. Not yet. Probably take a Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms gives recovery. How you doing, by the way, Skid? You are a Jester. Yep, yep. Tough, deadly, balanced. Obsessed with killing. Egomania. So Egomania actually has something in here it auto-reacts with, which can be annoying, but... I guess I'll take Peter. Obsessed with killing can have them auto-interact with the Iron Maiden, and the Iron Maiden can give them claustrophobia. But... Silly busies, haven't been able to hang out for a while. Oh yeah, no worries, Skid. Never any hard feelings. Of course, I would like everyone to be here every night, but, you know, people get busy, or maybe get sick and tired of Darkest Dungeon, or the stream, or me, or whatever the case. Skid, no worries. Good to see you, though. And you are a Jester. You've been a good Jester. Spending money. Money, money, money. Starting Valley on her friend's recommendation, so now required to get it. It's good stuff. I really like it. And they added the multiplayer. I mean, I don't know if you ever played Harvest Moon games, but it's like, it's the best Harvest Moon game I've ever played. I know it's not Harvest Moon, but it's the best Harvest Moon game I've ever played. My badge looks like a cat walking around Cellier. I don't think so, Matt. Alright. So we're gonna go. Let's see if we need to cure any disease. We need to get rid of that on dock this week. So Creeping Cough, gone. Like it's going to eat so much time. It will eat time. Shambler Trinket allows you to get the bank interest. However, wouldn't it be better to hold on to it and move the Shambler Trinket pool? If I wanted any other trinket, but there's no trinket I want from them. Like the other trinket, you know, the map was good, but right now, would I bench, so to say, a moon cloak for the map? Probably not. Would I? And the candle is also a good one. The candle is for full light, not really doing mini dungeons in full light. And then what's the other one that I might use? Like the scroll, but am I going to use the scroll on anyone? Would I replace anything else? So I don't think I'm going to use any of the Shambler trinkets. Otherwise, yeah, that is a good point. So for anyone that doesn't know, the Shambler has a set group of ancestor trinkets that it drops. You can't drop all of them, and you can't get more than one of the same trinkets. So if you do get something like that tentacle idol, which you've got twice now, if you sell it, it can drop again. If you keep it, then the next time you fight the Shambler, its trinket pool is smaller. You can try to get it. I don't think I would use the map this late into it. The map is an amazing trinket, but the further we've gone, the less important scouting is. The more teams I have set up that are almost immune to shuffling, so to say, and the map doesn't really do anything in combat, right? So if I'm in combat, would I rather have the map or would I rather have a moon cloak, for instance? So I think the map is an awesome trinket, but I think the later into the game you go, the less valuable it gets. Is Clotter good? I think Clotter is pretty decent. There's a lot of bleed in the game, so Clotter is pretty decent. Clotter's lock-inable on some characters, especially if you're taking them to the Crimson, or not Crimson Court, the final Darkest Dungeons. All right, so we're looking for things to lock in or remove from our non-cursed people. Vestals. Yeah, I like Clotter on the Vestal. In fact, earlier I was saying that if I had Clotter on one of my Vestals, I'd lock it in. Cytomania we really need to get rid of. I hate that move. I hate it. Cytomania obsessed with food. I don't think I'm going to lock any of that in. Think where the stars, bleed quirk on the same dude once. It aroused you. Bleed resist is good. Fear of Unholy. You know what? Maybe I'll get rid of that. I don't know. I still don't know if I'm going to take Jaliet. Wasting. There's not really a lot to get rid of. We've kept on track, or on top of, I mean, on these things, so we're in pretty good shape. I can start. Let's check Shard Mercenaries. I might actually start healing up some of these Shard Mercenaries, just so we can use them for the endless mode instead of our own people. Wait, I thought she had... I thought she had something else here. Oh well. I was considering how late in the game you are. Yeah. So at the moment, the only real teams that I'm using where like shuffling is super detrimental, or the only... Most of my teams, shuffling isn't super detrimental to us anymore. Like, if our Vestal gets in position 1, that's probably the worst case scenario. But most of the teams have a way to jump back in front of her. So it's, you know, it's not ideal, but I just think taking a trinket that helps in the combat, like in battle itself, is probably better overall. Okay, we're going to take dodge and health on our Jester, Hellion, Hell's Hairpin, and Dark Bracer. And at arms, I think I'm actually going to take these on him too. Cultist Priest, bleed resist. The conch. Not use the conch. Take the conch. Why would I ever take the conch? Alright, let's do it. Another champion boss. The monocle. Food, shovels. We have to take stuff for a Shambler. Because it is a champion dungeon. Every hall battle has a 12% chance to be a Shambler. We'll go ahead and take some blood just in case. I mean, the infestation's high. Shambler. Food, shovels, we got Shambler stuff, we got curios. I'm going to take Aegis to every boss we go to, just as an insurance policy. Yep, only one random spawn Shambler can happen per dungeon, yep. So we got upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp, upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp, upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp, upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp. Alright. Multiple Torchless Shamblers? God, no. You know how hard this would be with being able to spawn multiple Shamblers per dungeon? Food, shovels, Shambler. Alright, we're good. Not Bucket. Sounds suspicious. Sounds like something that Bucket would say. Bucket, thank you for the follow. Let's do it. So the Aegis Scale blocks the next physical hit on that hero. It blocks all damage from the next physical hit. So it won't block stress, it won't block crit stress, it won't block status effects like bleed or blight, but the damage itself will be blocked.
Trappings of their humanity.
Shambles, we just killed a Shambler.
Terrible trade
Let him have a break.
dead, reviving the dead.
How you doing, Delta?
And on
Splash, woman, good to see you. How you doing, Splash?
forever. A devil walks these halls.
Alright, we also have 50% additional damage this quest. So the Necromancer is going to be down here. I'm a not bucket, please. Thank you for the follow. Not bucket.
Even the
Still
cold
suspicious.
stone seems bent on preventing passage.
This is our first bone bearer of the run. Hey, look, it's the shuffle I told you guys that was the bad sort. So the bone bearer buffs everyone's damage in his party by 25%, just passive. And he has another move where he buffs again. I'm going to increase our speed damage, or speed accuracy crit. Necromancer? Yes, it is. How you doing, Dogma? So I'm going to jump in front of her. Now the other thing the Bone Bear can do is bring these back from the dead. Not the goof juice. So we really need our Hellion in position 1. This is one of the worst. Created some dark dungeon lately. This is one of the worst shovels we could have gotten. Worst part of game is auto turn. We read auto turn. Buff again.
Inspiration and improvement.
It's gonna res these. That's what really sucks. How you doing, Minch? Welcome in, by the way.
Soothed. Sedated.
I'm gonna bellow to slow them down for next round. If there's any alive next round. Boom! No corpses for you two.
Hope blossom.
Steven. They move by themselves, affliction stuff. Control enemies. It also has auto turns to break it. Oh, I got you. I got you. I know what you're talking about now. Like the Taskmaster in Endless. That sort of thing, Mitch. Hellion VP. Oh yeah, Hellion, absolutely one of my favorite characters to take anywhere. Back for the dead. Oops, I crit them all to death. Stun this one. Did you know when it's good to buff and when you should stress heal? So what I try to do is during the beginning of the battle, I try to buff, and that way we go before the enemy and we have a chance to crit. Now, as we're starting to kill, I'll transition. So like, I mean, it depends a little bit. If we start the battle and we're high stress, you know, I'm going to stress heal. But generally, I buff in the beginning, and then as soon as the stress casters are dead, when we're in very little danger of getting more stress other than through crits, then usually I'll start stress healing. So the bosses, right? Luxac, man, I've been super fortunate tonight. So like now, right? We don't need the extra speed or anything. This guy's gonna die this round most likely. So now I switch over and start stress healing. And this, he's not gonna stress it. Neither of these are gonna stress us unless, you know, we get crit. So same kind of what I was talking about with like taking the Crusader. I really like taking the Crusader and then starting the fight in the back so he Holy Lances the stress casters, and then after the stress casters are dead, the rest of the fight he stress heals. If that makes sense.
Press this advantage.
It's a good fight.
No quarter.
It's the Tempting Goblet. It's my 4th one ever. Almost 2,000 hours. Only the 4th Tempting Goblet. Rarest trinket in the game, and I'm not going to use it. It's actually not bad for the Jester. Gee, what is tonight? Guys. Tonight's like my luckiest night in the dungeon. Absolutely. Holy crap. This is the run. We killed a Shambler with only like our highest stress being like in the 20s. We got a free camo cloak into moon cloak, into a secret room, tempting goblet. Thought I was gonna drop it.
Hacks laden with loot
Have to take it.
are often low on
It's my
supplies.
prize. Trap sucks, especially on her. Now we're gonna eat food on her, unfortunately. Good. Hey, think you're finished? It's awesome, still one. Excited to hear. Crimson Court mobs. I don't mind getting the curse right now. Like, we're probably gonna go kill the Baron soon. These guys are just really a super stressful party. So again, I'm gonna buff to start with. We need to kill the gatekeeper first. If you don't kill him fast enough, he'll run away. And he spawns mosquitoes in every empty... He causes stress. He also spawns mosquitoes in every empty spot, including the spot he leaves behind. So he's always the first target in this.
Decimated.
Get about 40 crit. So the Chevalier can't cause the curse, and it can't cause stress outside of crits. So I'm going to stun the mosquito instead. Going to bed for biochem at 7 a.m. Sith. They were hanging out for so long. Have a good night. No!
Mortality clarified in a single strike. Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
She was dead. She was most likely dead. Man, oh man, that was close. Death's Door of the Bleed, right after I talk about how good the run's going.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Oof, oof is right. Holy crap. Well, GG myself. She was dead. I'm sure she was. We just had a bad crit chain, pretty much. She got crit twice in a row with a bleed.
Time you're no chicken champ right here.
Oh, man. He refused it. What happened? She got crit by a Chevalier and then by a Mosquito back to back. Peter, why?
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Twice. It's true. That is true. All right, let's see if we can pull this back. Leave her alone. Dude, Ashcore.
The wounds
She does have holy water on now.
healed, but never hidden.
Ooh, good crit again.
Power.
That one's dead. Let's guard her. Guard her from this guy.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
How to ban this dungeon? We'll see. We'll see. I think we can turn it around. 95% chance to hit. We'll take that. Crit. All right. More affliction. Do you mean virtue? Do you mean virtue, Sin? Another curse.
Confidence surges
Good crit.
as the enemy crumbles.
All right. Affliction and Bale. We'll see. We'll see. Use holy water on a cursed hero. Yeah. As far as I know. Like a crit. Alright, we're gonna try to stun this guy a round or two. Come on, Peter. As far as I know. Good bloodsucker reinforcements if you stall. I think so. I actually don't remember. It's been so long since we stalled any of these. But we'll do a partial stall. Still risky in itself. Too bad she didn't get courageous or something. I mean, I'm not going to complain over a virtue, but could have been better, obviously. Vigorous. Stalwarts. Ooh, good dodge. Start stress healing her next.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Marked itself. Bad dodge. Man, imagine if we run into a champion Shambler after this, though. That's the real worry. Switch devices again. Alrighty. We need a really good stall fight. This is not a great stall fight, obviously. He can crit us for upwards of 30, like 34, right? Plus bleed. Bounty Knight? Yeah, very short one. Another 2-minute one. Another 2-minute one. There's no Lydia commands. Nor will there ever be. At least not now. Pays the bills. Absolutely helps. Only 2 minutes. They don't. The 2-minute ones don't pay anywhere near the hour one, obviously. But we haven't got offered an hour one in a long time. Oh man, what a fight!
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Hey R squared, how's it going? Welcome in R squared. You missed a Shambler? You missed a almost run-ending turn. Hey, R squared. Yeah, Jester. The Jester's nice because it's it's gonna stress heal, right? It's not gonna miss unless they're afflicted, and they refuse it, and it's targeted, and it heals for more, just in general. So I had a lot of fun today. Double bone royalty. Spend buff. A link, a lurk. Thank you for the lurk. I'll definitely check it out after stream. Good crit. Good crit. Good, just tired. Glad you are well. Like today. Oh yeah, I read in Discord about that. I meant to mention that and I forgot.
Eradicated.
Alright, we're gonna stress heal the rest of this with a Jester. I might actually stall out this fight. We'll see. Debuff their speed. Jeez, man. Person who did the Game of Thrones cookbook. Champion dungeons. Who invented champion dungeons? Red Hook.
Is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Baked goods, sides, mains, soups, desserts, even alcohol stuff. Mead, mulled wine. Interesting. So if we can get him down to 0 stress, Masochistic will fall off. That is our goal.
Obliterated.
That is our goal. We're going to stall against this a bit.
A momentary.
Love champion dungeons. Never had me either. We're talking about the other night.
A momentary abatement.
Someone mentioned that it was sweet, but not as sweet as you might think it was. I've never had it. Super sweet. Kind of an acquired taste, if you're not used to it. Don't stun. Sweet, sweet bee vomit. Honey's an amazing thing. Super sweet for you? You're not a sweet eater. Gotcha.
The ground.
We're doing it! I mean, I don't want to get overconfident because we know what happened the last time, but... Friends, SCA, to a lot of their own brewing. It's down to 67. He denied that stress heal. Saying about overconfident. It's, oh yeah, I know. I experienced that one. He's talking about how good the run was going, and bam! To direct. No! I forgot about it. I meant to watch that. I'm gonna watch it after the stream. I gotta make a note or something. I'm super excited about that. I wouldn't even mind that being a stream game for a while if people would come to watch. Great too, especially on a cold winter day. Pretty easy to DIY. It's all the way down to 55. I mean, doing this slowly but surely. Was it pretty exciting, Ibex, in general? Find a store that sold stars. Down to 43. They're looking at Discord. Thank you. Definitely won't forget if that's there.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Matt. Stall move. It is, yep. Really is.
Strike.
Dodge. Denied it again. But I mean, we got him all the way down at 43 already. We still have a boss to fight. We still have the rest of the dungeon and a boss to fight.
A momentary abatement.
So this is gonna kill. That's alright. Crit. Oh, man.
The blood quickens.
It's been some scary stuff. We also used our camp already, right? I mean, not really wasted, but in a matter of speaking, wasted. It's down on the stress caster there. Oh, this is the bleed. Good dodge. What crits? I don't know. I don't know what the formula is. It doesn't sometimes. I'm not sure why. I've noticed that before too, Minch. This dungeon. Slowly but surely, we're making a comeback. God, it's so... We're lucky our vessel didn't go first, though. We're really lucky she didn't go first back there. Of course, the Virtue's helping us tremendously also. Let's go ahead and bellow, slow him down for next round. So hopefully we kill this guy before... That's fine. We just want to kill him.
How quickly the tide turns.
Jesus Christ. Even the Bone Boys crit for incredible amounts. Ah, champion dungeons. This is why I don't like champion dungeons. Now I recall.
Well struck.
Look at that, we're down to 19. No, I know.
Easy. Just always crit and always dodge. Simple.
I wish I crit. No, I know. Strategy. No, he denied it. Because the voice lines are great. I need to add the other ones. Whoa, lucky stun. What was the percent on that? 25% stun chance. Got him. 25%. Yeah, I know. I stalled. It was on purpose. Just chill out. 7 stress to go. We're doing it. It's unfortunate.
Destroyed.
Okay.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Seems isn't not obnoxious, yeah. It's a Christmas miracle indeed. I mean, we're not out of here yet, though, you know? Like, we could literally run into a Shambler in this hallway. We got a Shambler in our last dungeon. The Necromancer in Champion is no joke either. As you saw, even the lowly skeletons can crit for like 27. Plus the Necromancer actually does a fair amount.
No clemency.
I told you this could happen. We're getting claustrophobic. Oh, it was a disease that time. It resisted because of the Crimson Curse. Exodus is your favorite one. This is okay. I mean... God, he's back up to 30. I'm just gonna stress heal. Apparently I'm not. Alright, we're gonna buff. This causes, the Bloodletter causes inherent stress. Like, he has skills that just cause stress. So we can't really stall out here. There's a crit. Man, we had him down to 7. Now he's back up to 38. Look at all this. Claustrophobic vampire. You know, I just refuses to charge his iPod. Good crit. A little worried about point blank shot here. Oh, good dodge. Three. So that was a bad draw, yeah. Good crit heal down to 19. Good dodges there. The thing is, like, point blank shot is kind of actually what I want to see, which is crazy. So I'm going to guard her. It was rigged from the start. It's actually good overall. mean, 18 damage to the face isn't great, but you know. 7! We're down to 7 again. Fused healing. Now this is problematic. Because he refused healing, but he's still guarding her. So if he point blank shot crits, it's our man-at-arms that's going to suffer. Some stress relief. I gotta try to stun him here. Or I can buff our protection more. What's our stun chance? 50%. The problem is, if I guard here, I mean, they're gonna be guarded for an extra turn next. So if we get like 2 point blank, I mean, he's used point blank twice in a row, which is kind of weird. All right, I'm gonna try a stun. Good crit. That's 70% chance. Got him. Got him. Down to 4. Please accept the stress heal. Yes. No more masochism. We did it. I mean, we have a buttload of stress on everyone else, but feeling lucky punk. I'm gonna buff his protection again. Just point blank 3 times in a row. Oh, it's really good that I decided to get that extra protection going.
Impressive.
It's a 92. Hers doesn't matter at all.
Masterfully executed.
Ah, man. This is a rough dungeon. What is this? Champion? Freaking champion dungeons. It's only like our 2nd champion dungeon.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Alright. It's like we never had an affliction.
Triumphant pride.
Good scout.
precipitates.
Let's really like that one song. Once you get shambled, you shut your mouth. Him you'll know. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this fight. It just feels like that's a Shambler. I mean, it's no matter what, it's a 12% chance at a Shambler, you know? Collector. I take a Collector over a Shambler right now. Absolutely. It's actually good for us in a way. Bloodlusted. Go ahead and buff. This is a bad fight. Recovery fights this dungeon. It's buffing their damage 25%, but I mean, as long as we kill it first, we'll go ahead and stun the Bone Militia. Just collected tonight. What's his deal? I mean, what do you want to know? I can tell you why the Collector exists. I can tell you what spawns him. I can tell you easy ways to beat him. What is his mechanic? So the Collector spawns 3 collected enemies, either a Vestal, a Man-at-Arms, or a Highwayman, or a combination of any of those. You can spawn multiple of the same ones. For instance, 2 Highwaymen is really common. Every time you kill one of his collected minions, he will respawn it. But when you kill the Collector, they all despawn. So they are lifelink to the Collector. So generally the best option is to try to stun him in the very beginning and then focus him down. Why does he exist? So back in the early days, this game was funded in part through Kickstarter. And there was a Kickstarter tier where if you paid enough money, you got to help design a mini-boss. And so someone paid however much, $2,500 or something like that, and in that backer level, and they were able to help design a mini-boss, and the mini-boss that they designed was the Collector. So the collector only exists because of some random person with a bunch of money on Kickstarter. Everything would he then be known as the Hoarder? Yes. Trinkets, because the name would suggest. No, that's the Shrieker. Shrieker steals trinkets. The collector collects heads. Here, boss designs. Yeah, I like him too. It's pretty interesting that it wouldn't exist without someone backing Kickstarter. Like, it's weird thinking, right? Because if someone else had backed at that level, the collector may not exist, and it would have been something else in that slot. Who knows what it would have been? Later. Night, everyone. Thanks so much. Hey, Matt, thank you for hanging out again. Have a good night.
The blood pumps. The limbs
So before
obey.
Antiquarian Crusader was the collector. Before Antiquarian Crusader was the collector equivalent? Oh, I don't know. I want to extend this fight a little bit. What would I create? I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. I'd have to give it a lot of thought, honestly. Paid Red Hook to help him? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what their motivation was behind backing at that level. They just wanted, you know, obviously they wanted to support. I'm sure it wasn't all about just making their, sending a bunch of money to make the boss sort of thing, but. Created Cletus. It's old crow familiar who experienced the ancestors' fell rituals. I could see that. Man, can you believe that how much we've recovered? It's kind of crazy, honestly. More mini bosses. I'm wondering, so I can't remember. I've seen the Kickstarter, like an image of the Kickstarter page before, and some of the classes were from Kickstarter levels, like backer, not like if they reach a certain level of fundraising, they design that next character and put it in the game, sort of thing. What I can't remember though is if there were stretch goals that they didn't reach. It'd be kind of interesting to know.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Could this be boss? Bosses that could pop up like him. It'd be kind of neat if each zone had a mini boss like that, right? Like if in the Weald there was some kind of like evil tree, or like a giant spider, stuff like that. If there was a mini boss per zone, that'd be pretty cool. A mini boss per zone per difficulty even would be kind of neat. Okay, should be really cool. Yeah, I like that idea. Like, you know the background in the wheel that shows the tree with all the hands hanging out of it? Imagine if that came alive as an extra boss. Pretty cool. Trap sucks. Josh, 100% blind chance. Screw that fight. Never going to the wheel again.
Sprung and thirsting for blood.
I can't believe we're still in this dungeon. This has been... We made it. We made it to the boss, guys. Oh, my lord. We don't have our camp buffs, but at least we have this buff. Oh, what a dungeon so far. It's not over. Hey, Jack. Thanks, Jack. Welcome in. Alright. Musketeer, download the DLC. How do I turn Arbalist into Musketeers? You don't turn them into it. You get both. So what you'll do is if you have the DLC, go to your save file and to the right of it. Click on the little DLC icon. Make sure the Musketeer is checkboxed. Once you have the Musketeer checkbox, you'll start getting Musketeers. But because the Musketeer is a clone of the Arbalist, it gives you less of each of them to balance out. So you'll kind of have a chance to still get Arbalist. And if you get an Arbalist, basically that could have been a Musketeer. Just make sure you have it checkboxed. They missed 3 stretch goals. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Morph, do you mind like dropping that in the Discord? I want to check that out. Or like what were they? If you just want to say. I want to take Bolster to this over Bellow. Alright. Thank you, Morph. Love how... Yeah, Ancestor is not a great guy. Just haven't had one pop up. Yeah. So you'll get less Musketeers than any of your other classes, but you'll also get less Arbalists than any of your other classes because they basically share a class slot, if that makes sense. On average, over enough.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
29 crit right off the bat. $28 crit heal. I'm gonna go ahead and put Bolster up right away. So we're gonna have that dodge and minus stress for the whole rest of this. Oh, a mystery with Eldritch. Not really share. So what it does is when you have the Musketeer enabled, it's the same character as the Arbalist, just a different skin and separated trinkets, right? But they're the exact same moves. So what the game does is it reduces the chance of getting an Arbalist, but the Musketeer is that same level. So for instance, over the course of enough random characters, you'll get twice as much of every character than you will of the Musketeer or Arbalist, because those two combined equal the same amount as another class as far as the Stagecoach is concerned. If that makes more sense. Let's go ahead and buff. Hey Chitin, how's it going? What have you been, Chitin? Cinematics. Renting out your heroes as pseudo co-op? And mystery. She said, oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. May not reach goals with cinematic versions of the backstory comics. Oh, that would have been awesome. Bot integration. Looks like they did it regardless. Goals will be in DD2. That's kind of what I was wondering. Can we dodge some more, please? First miss goal, made it to live. Cinematics with voiceover. Steam Workshop integration. If they were gonna have cinematics for the comics, that would have been awesome. They missed the cinematics by 37,000, man. Post increase, so you're less likely to get vile, micro and such. Dodge. DD2 plus new ones. We'll see. I'm almost tempted to use an Aegis here. We have 3 skeletons up, plus the Necromancer Lord. Note at the time, paper diorama looks. You can still get the diorama, they still sell those. I don't know how much they are, but they still sell those. So we're gonna get hit 4 times. We do have a heal. Is she gonna go? She's probably gonna go next, actually. 25 bucks. Hey, buddy boy, welcome in. How you doing, buddy? Aninda, welcome in. Sorry I missed your initial message, Aninda. Hopefully you're still there. Triple Swordman, yeah. The thing is, like, she's probably gonna go next. You know what? I'm gonna use the Aegis just in case. Let's just be safe. It's not a bow in general, that's true. That is true. Oh, Peter, why? Now we can't do Iron Swan. Scoot back, yeah. don't know. I'm actually thinking about guarding them. I know we already used the Aegis, but with 3 of these up, it might be worth. We can't hit him. I mean, we can't kill him with a Iron Song crit anyway. I'm just gonna do it. Well, that was really, really low damage for her. They sell shirts? I didn't know about the shirts. I know about the art book and I know about the diorama. Diorama. Hi. What's up? What you doing? He denied the buff because of Bloodlust. Hey, Captain Kane, welcome in. How you doing, Kane? What is this? Why are you giving me a cold... Not the head, please. I still have a headache. Internets have been cutting into your stream watch time. No worries, Kane. It sucks, though. Internet problems always suck. You guys can't even see this, can you? It's green. How you been, Kane, aside from your internet? Did you really? She poisoned my candy, I'm dead. Bye, nice lady, love you. An olive? No. It was a gummy. Torchless Skull in the first part. Best old played under Hyman. Yeah, Iron Swat again. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I mean, there's no way to know that we're going to crit. Klingons bearing gifts. Call my wife a Klingon? No. Hi, my wife. She's gone. Ooh, 3 dodges. Very good. Bone sergeants for days. Protection's really helping. Ooh, good dodge. Enjoy your week off. Also balancing and preparing for your internship. Starting Monday. What kind of stuff do you have to get ready for your internship, I mean. Hey, big time zombie, how's it going? You missed some exciting stuff. We killed a Shambler. Got some rare trinkets. We almost lost the run. Vestal? Oh no, it's fine. She's vigorous. It doesn't matter at all. If they have a virtue and they get to 200 stress, they just go back to 0 stress and their virtue goes away. So we actually kind of want her to get 200 stress at the very end of this. So we ended up not needing that Aegis at all. I mean, it was still worth doing just in case, I suppose. Yeah, if someone has a virtue and they get to 200 stress, instead of having a heart attack, the virtue saves them from the heart attack and they just go back to 0 stress and their virtue goes away. Yeah, they nerfed virtues. Oh, good dodge there. Good thing he has that protection up. Hey, look at that. Inform, certain things, decide. Gotcha. More clothes. Gotcha. That makes sense. How you doing, zombie, by the way?
A gleaming endowment.
Zombie! Z-bomb. Boom! Zombie things for that 1,050 bits. Oh, God. Please, no. Oh, no. Ah! Oh, thank God. Best dodge lifetime. Zombie, thank you again for the bits. I appreciate it. Ooh, what a dodge. What a mighty fine dodge. Whoa, what has been this dungeon? What has this dungeon been? Get him! Get him out! Ah, thank goodness we're done. Done. It's almost a big one. Yeah, no, I almost screwed up. Thank you again, Zombie, for all the bits.
Will resistance.
Like on that last one. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? I'm just getting out of here. Screw getting rid of that. This has been a dangerous dungeon.
It's a conveyor belt of death.
Round recovery fights? No. Hey, look at that. Necromancer's collar. Wow. What a crazy dungeon. Holy crap. Tonight's been a roller coaster, man. We had like one of the easiest Shambler kills ever into almost dying several times. Man, is it been a trip.
Like me, you are a
Whew.
place.
There we go. There we go. You know what that means? Do you guys know what this means? Jaliet, you become a flagellant. Snow Fanatic or Wolf. Baron, no. We're going to try to get a Fanatic. This is the run. Try to get a Fanatic. Never said those words before.
The task ahead is terrible, and weakness cannot be tolerated.
With Virtue and a lot of stress. What happens to stress? They come out with 100 stress. That's why it's better to get to 200. Because if I would have gotten to 200 stress, if she had gotten 12 more stress, we would have came out with 0 on her. But I couldn't take that risk with how things are going.
Join us or die, Master.
Snowblind. So I thank you for another gift sub to Lolek. Lolek, welcome back to the sub club. Love and sandwiches to Snowblind. Thank you, Snowblind. How you doing, Lolek? How you doing, Craig? Resolve test. You took her somewhere? Yep. Yeah. Which is annoying. Let's go Fanatic hunting. Said no one ever. Yeah, I know. Walk backwards through a hall. I could have, but everyone else would have got stressed too. So, I don't know. It might have been worth the chance of it, but I really didn't want to risk... I mean, I guess we would have seen if a hall battle spawned, you know, but... how am I? It's not been a great week. I'll just say that I'm... That's what I've been saying to people. It's all right. It'll be alright. Doing okay, we'll say. Oh, that was a stressful dungeon. Yeah, that's right. Can I say that again? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's. I mean, Monday, spent over 4 hours at the doctor with my wife. Tuesday, spent over 2 hours at the doctor with my wife. And still don't know 100% what's going on. But anyway. Hey, Mayor, welcome in. How you doing, Mayor? The real money. To play with balls.
He will join us or die, Master.
Oh, Lord, man. Snowblind, thank you for gifting Big Man Fred. Subscription to the stream. Big Man Fred, welcome in. Snowblind, thank you for another gift sub. Love and sandwiches. Snowblind. Time, I didn't say anything for the humble. Oh, no worries. Mayor, that's fine. Lurking is completely fine. No worries. I never call anyone out or say anything to anyone unless they, you know, say something first. How you doing, Lovey? Welcome in. One Arrow. Good to see you. One Arrow. Thank you again, Snowblinds. Oh, my God. I feel like I need some downtime after that dungeon, but I'm going to go right into this. It's been a long time since I fought the Fanatic. It's been a long time. Let me use the restroom, and then we're going to go try just all the stream again. No, we're only like, we're not even halfway through the stream. Alright guys, I'm going to use the restroom, and we're going to look for a Fanatic, Week 59.
He will join us or die.
Snowblind, thank you for another gift sub to Lovey. Lovey, welcome back to the sub club. The Snowblind subset of the sub club. Thank you, Snowblind. I'll be right back, guys. Bless the toilet. Be right back.
Thank you. Hey everybody, my name's Cletus. Anybody want some cornbread?
All right, back.
A gleaming endowment.
I want to call him Brandon. What zombie? Zombie thanks for additional 1050, 1050 bits. Zombie, thank you so much for the support. I mean, you know I appreciate it. It absolutely helps me and my family out a lot. Thank you, Zombie, for all the bits. Appreciate you. Homemade chili, some Jiffy cornbread. That sounds good. I need to make that again too. All right, how you doing, Kamikaze? Do you guys remember that dungeon that we almost died twice in? Remember that? Seems a long time ago, right? Oh my God, I'm still kind of recovering from that anytime. Yeah, thank you for the help, Zombie. It really does help. Nope. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Hunting a fanatic. What is wrong with me? No clip stuff. Two level 2s, 2 level 1s, yeah. Should be okay. Fanatic's always a scary fight, though. Because the thing about the Fanatic that's different from the Hag is that when the Hag puts something in the pot and you break it out, it's fine. She just summons another pot. That's it. Just repeats itself. The Fanatic, when it puts someone on the pyre, when you hit the pyre, hitting the pyre buffs him, right? And then if you destroy the pyre completely, he turns into kind of like a swine god with Dead Wilbur scenario. He starts doing a huge AoE. He also does extra damage to cursed heroes, does extra damage to marked heroes. Don't run away with someone on the stake. No. Won't be running away, that's for sure. That wouldn't be very nice. Who would do that? Who would do that? It's a mystery. All right. Get rid of Steven's stress first, I think. I might actually put Din. I hate using the tavern, but I might put Din in here. God, the Hugo clip. Hopefully we have enough blood. I should probably check that before I get ready for this, but... Say, appreciation or something. You love the Hugo clip? Oh, yeah, I just thought about it. I mean, you weren't here for the Dream Daddy stream. You might like those VODs, I would bet. Why don't I like the tavern? Because the tavern has worse negatives, and the positives aren't as good. So, like, on the Abbey, in the Penance Hall, you have a chance at getting 20% additional damage on the next quest. You can get a free trinket. It seems like the negatives from the tavern in general are worse. You know, disease, losing a trinket, losing golds. Tet clip. So, I don't know. It just seems like there's more risk in the tavern. Or the risk is worse things. Did you forward the cartographer's camp? I don't know. It's a good question. We can double check. I don't think so. They trade in at a pretty big loss, but it might be close. Cartographer's is 300. 246. 246. That puts us at 255. 276. 287. We actually could. Pretty sure. We're at 287. 297. Yeah, we could turn in things. Might do that. I think I will, actually. We're gonna get more shards. Like, I need to buy some of the crystal things for, like, the Countess and for, yeah, mainly for the Countess. Yeah, I think I'll do it. Because we still have to do endless. Alright, cartographer's camp it is. Yeah, thank you, Deathfire. So, for anyone that doesn't know, cartographer's camp is kind of, it says Torchlight's more beneficial, but it actually helps you regardless of your Torchlight. So, cartographer's camp gives you extra scouting, an extra roll at loot, and it gives you 2% extra crit, so it's very good. And which clip, Aninda? See Pass means all the DLC for a Dark Souls game? Yes. Threw on Steam a while ago, didn't understand that you needed a deluxe edition to get the DLC. Humble store and saw it can get the DLC through you. You and Humble like work through your Steam account. So if you go to, it should, yeah. So you can, it'll show you the DRM. So basically if you go on Humble and you look at the DLC or the Season Pass or whatever, if you go to the page, it'll show a little icons and it'll show the Steam icon for Steam DRM. I'm almost certain that Dark Souls on Humble is Steam DRM, so yes. But if you want to be absolutely 100% sure, look at the store page for that game. And it should have a little Steam icon. % loot chance, % crit, 2.5% scouting. That's the 2%. 5% chance monster sprite, -5. Thank you, Morph. Yeah, that's what I mean. It helps it all. It helps regardless of your torch level, even though this says Torchlight. So even if you have 0 Torchlight, it still helps you. That's what I mean. I'm not strong enough. Well, I don't know. Yeah, no problem, Matt. Thank you for using that link. There we go. We got it. All right. Darkest Dungeon stuff on YouTube? Not yet. So I stream like 45 hours a week, and I work full-time, and I have a family. So at the moment, I haven't really had time to do so. It's something that I want to do, but I haven't gotten around to being able to do it yet. But it's on the to-do list. This run I'll put on there when it's done. Whichever run is the successful run. Don't know that it will be this one, but could be. Bit of calm. Fucking thick skins. There we go. I need to chill on spending money for a while because we need more champion upgrades and it's expensive. Super expensive. October, I know. Sad. We're gonna get these ready. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I super need to. Nah, it's alright. It'll be a while before we do that. Alright, I guess we're ready. Look at that tempting goblet. It's 9 for all the recontent. Thank you, Zombie. My pleasure for sure. So tempting, that goblet. Oh, Lord. Alright. So on our Hellion, Hell's Hairpin, surgical gloves, flagellant. God. Scared. I'm scared. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Tempting. Let's do Mooncloak. Might do Mooncloak Overture. Crusader. I mean, it might not even spawn. That's the thing. Dark Bracer. Surgical gloves, that's fine. I'm actually thinking about taking Mooncloak on her. We lose like 30% healing. I don't know. I could even take Tempting Goblet. Dumbledore says it calmly. Oh yeah, I know. Cobbly. Yeah. Still 0 deaths yet. Or else we'd have started over. Starting the heirs, Harry Potter. The Vestals, Hermione Granger. And the Jesters, Ron Weasley. Only 30% chance at what? I want the Fanatic to spawn. I mean, that's the reason we're going. So I'm... it's higher with 3. So if you bring only 1 or 0 afflicted, no, we're trying to get the Fanatic. So if you bring only 1 or 0 afflicted, he can't spawn. If you do a boss dungeon, he can't spawn. But the more afflicted you have, the higher the percent chance of spawning. We're at high infestation with 3 afflicted, or 3 with a curse, I guess I should say. Alright, let's see if he spawns. They'll read the blood. Oh yeah, for sure. Need a lot of it for this. Hopefully we have enough. Okay. 0 wasting, okay. Just 2 back in. Oh god, it's been a crazy night. We almost lost. We almost lost twice. Almost lost twice. It's been crazy. Rank 3 flagell. Oh yeah, I need to start them out one back. Thank you for the reminder. Strats use Rapturous than Death Store buff. It's too risky. Yeah, it's way too risky. The thing about Deathblow resist trees is the highest you can get is what, 87.5%. That's the cap. And I've had 4 flagellant. We used a mod. And we had a 4 flagellant team, and 3 of the 4 died on their first Deathblow check. So it's one of those things where it's not 100%. So it feels really bad when you have like 87.5% Deathblow resist and you just die on the first hit anyway. So watch tomorrow and catch up. Sounds good, Kaz. It was scary. Scary stuff. All right, we got food, we got shovels. We got the Aegis. Full sport flagellant. 0 amount. You like it? It can work. How you doing, Doom? All right. Upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp. Upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp. Upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp. Upgrades, trinkets, skills, camp. Got food, got shovels. I guess we're good, guys. Been busy. Alright. See if he spawns. Didn't spawn.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Looking for him exactly. Because I feel like if I complete this challenge, if I complete this challenge, right, and we've killed every single boss in the game aside from the Fanatic, it feels like there'll always be that, you did it, but you didn't kill a Fanatic. You know what I mean? Like, not from people necessarily, but from myself. So it feels like I might as well do it while I'm here, sort of thing. Wolf, we can't even force him to spawn. Hopefully he spawns. Well, no Fanatic, so I'll drop some of that. Fanatic percent. Good news is we should be pretty well off in this. Hi! Hey, it's a collector. Very first fight. Hey there. It's good to see you. How's your mom and them been? Hopefully they've been well. Shambler, it's true. Good news, you're saying the dungeon should be pretty easy. Why don't you spawn collector on first fight, so. 10% stun chance. 30%. Collector. It's fine. I'm just something else, Shambler. This poor guy. Bye.
A momentary abatement.
Came down the wrong hallway.
As victories
All right. Well,
so too will resistance.
get dunked on. Correct. Use bandage on this. Bullied him. It just kept him stunned the whole time. Killed him. We're gonna camp here for buffs. Vomit pig. Didn't get the bleed there. Vomit pig dead. Collector, what just happened? Deleted him. Where the collector was scary. It can still be scary, especially on champion. But yeah, bully a nerd. Like collecting merch. Dump Travis Dehedron? No, I didn't. I have all 4. There's the 4 of them. Relies on the bad guy. It's alright. Gotta break some eggs, you know. Gotta break some eggs. Color gotta start over from the old road. It's only 3% chance to spawn a fully equipped party. Bestest thought trigger gets in a hallway fight. Is combat at normal speed? No, it's sped up. Combat animations, aside from crits, are sped up.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Sit behind your shoulder. No. Or stuns again. Stuns are OP still, yeah. They are. So we are using a mod that speeds up combat animations and walking animations. Crits are still the same speed. It doesn't put them up to like a crazy high level, but it is an increase.
The formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
If weeb skins. Oh, that sucks. Stun this one. Hopefully this is a nice, relaxing dungeon after that last one. Man, we almost lost the run twice. One, our Hellion probably had like a 10% chance to dodge, maybe 15 or so, and she did.
Obliterated.
The other stun, yeah, I know it was. We got a crit, which increased it by 20%, but even so. Alright, we're going to buff here, so we're going to do 10% crit, 25% damage, and I'll go ahead and prevent nighttime ambush.
Our community grows.
The Mayor, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. You can camp with loot up if it's a battle loot window, so not if it's a curio, but if you complete a battle and it's not the final battle of the dungeon, it'll let you loot or camp with it up. Now, you can use that in a couple ways, like I just did, but also, let's say we have a battle right here, and we complete it, but we didn't scout, and on the loot window, the firewood is grayed out. That means that's the last fight, so you can throw down food for loot in that scenario. Alright, anything else I need to do? No. Yep, so you can camp with the battle loot window. Holy water on this gets rid of a random negative quirk. We'll get rid of Helomedia because it can affect us in this dungeon. Done. Scarl! I didn't bring any torches, but you can use a torch on this to get rid of a random negative quirk as well. Those only appear in the warrens. Or something new. Yeah, I mean, I learned something at like 1,700 hours played. I never knew. There's a lot of small things. A lot of small things in the game. So the Spitter's the deadly one, but apparently the Hellion's the deadly one. It's dead. So now we're fine. Easy peasy. This one hasn't taken its action yet. Oh, it resisted? All these low percent resists. I mean, these two can crit also, but it's Apprentice, and we're not... These aren't Spitters, so we should be fine.
Another abomination cleansed from
Teach
our
you.
lands.
Teach you what I know. Yep, so battle loot window you can camp on, and if you can't camp, you know it's the last fight. If it's 100% room completion or room battle dungeon.
Success so clearly.
How much bleed is that? 3.
Or is it
Might as well use it.
trick of the light?
Heading to bed. Have a nice stream. Mexi, thank you for hanging out for so long. If you can leave a lurk, it helps out. If not, it's cool too, though. Have a good night. Do I want to go this way? I mean, I have to go here. And I have to go here. Let's peek in at this curio. It's a box. By now, the flagellate would only stretch leaf in the Pince Hall. Caretaker is stuck there for 3 weeks. Yeah, there's tons of little things like that. Absolutely. Triple Vomit Pig. This is the work of one Senor Pineapple. Ugh. My group doesn't work for you? What do you mean? We gotta remember too, like, I'm doing so many attempts at this, right? Like, if I play perfectly, which I don't try to, but, like, the RNG can just still kill us, you know? So, this is the culmination of a lot of attempts and a lot of hours. And as you saw, we've gotten lucky tonight. We've gotten lucky. We've gotten unlucky, but we also got lucky. Hey, Swag Penguin, thank you for converting the Twitch Prime into a tier 1. Thank you, Penguin. Yeah, we have 3 curses, that's true. They still are stress casters, though. That's a good point. Two times, just started the game. Hey, Cam, welcome in. How you doing, Cam? Cam, first fight in this dungeon was Collector. Thought of you.
Blossoms.
We'll just kill it.
Annihilated.
Go ahead and get that off. Might as well. We don't really need crests anymore. So, throw them on the ground. Don't need your government crests. Well, what's up? Yeah, I do kick puppies. My wife does too. There's context that is missing from that. What's the Dream Daddy VOD? Which you can't, because it's only on my hard drive. There's a lot of quotes about killing dogs and stuff, which, thanks to RimWorld, those are getting ever more populous in the quote list. This one hasn't taken its action yet. Crit.
Destroyed.
3-4 position hit lower or same. They have a different move that they can use, but as long as they're using the same move, it doesn't. If they use the same move, it doesn't matter what position they're in. If that makes sense. But there are. So enemy moves have the same positional requirements, or they have positional requirements like players' moves do. And some of them work differently, like TikTok, for instance. Kids are in.
Death by inches.
Dogs in RimWorld get out of control. Yeah. Man, RimWorld last night, too, we had, what was it? We had like 190 pieces of Labrador Retriever meat fall from the sky. And then like 3 days later, we had like 190 pieces of cat meat fall from the sky. RimWorld, what is that game? Oh yeah, thank you, Gruntwork. Thank you. Big boy collector. He didn't even hit us.
The slow death.
Didn't even hit us.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Dodge. Yeah, just cat meat from the sky.
Decimated.
The freezer. Yes, it did.
Be wary.
It did. There's a couple quotes that got deleted because they were so
A dizzying fall.
vulgar. Possibly unintentionally vulgar. Use herbs on this. Sky God sends cat meat. Yeah, I had to crouch 3 times for that. A lot of work. It's too easy. Yeah, we're well acquainted. Did you hear me? I don't know if you went back and watched, but I asked how his mom was doing. How often do I start new runs? Anytime we get a death. Anytime I get a death. So if we get a single death, we start over. How many more hunger procs do we get? None there. Let's say we have to go everywhere. 1 immune, 2 immune, 3 immune, 4 immune, 5. So I need 20 food plus 4 for the camp. So I don't need this. I also don't need this, but it's good to know that I can just get rid of that 8 food anytime. So yeah, Mir, anytime that I get a single death, we start a new run. And when I complete this challenge, let's say this is the run that I actually finish the whole challenge on, we'll probably take a short break and then I'll do something else. This sucks. I'm still gonna try to take out Vomit Pig though.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Wake up, time you started stream, you didn't. Your old lady, go to sleep at 8 p.m. now. My lullaby isn't helping. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, Cam, like I told you, I lurked a little bit when you posted that. Where's your accent from? Is that a weird question? Yeah, I mean, some runs in the first couple weeks, like Strike is saying, like this is only the 3rd run that's actually lasted a long time. Grandma. That one's gonna bleed out. Just alternate stunning this one. Just prevent as much incoming damage as we can.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
This dungeon is so much easier. I mean, I know this is an Apprentice dungeon with, like, well-geared characters, right? But it's just crazy compared to that last dungeon. From Brazil? Why is that a sad face? I just wasn't sure. Nothing against the accent, I was just curious. The last Torchless Deathless Bloodmoon that we did, I have all the VODs saved, yeah. They got deleted from Twitch because they only last for 2 months. But I had them saved on my end. And then the bosses themselves and the final fight, stuff like that was clipped mostly by Phoenix. Want to shout out to your friend the whole thing or just like the last? Fasting Seal is an interesting trinket, but we don't need it. Does sell though. Just wait, you can show them this VOD. Etc. Olivia here. Gotcha. I gotcha. No, nothing against the accent. I don't mind anyone's accent. Like, I was born and raised in southeastern Tennessee in Appalachia. And of course, I dropped my own accent, but no, it doesn't bother me at all. As long as what you're trying to say gets another scroll but no torches. I mean, the whole point of language is to get thoughts from your head into someone else's head, right? So as long as that happens, doesn't matter to me. There's the win. Oh man, I was so nervous during that. Phoenix was nervous during that. Said. Haha, thoughts. This time you'll be used to it though, right, Phoenix? This time you won't be nervous, just like me. I definitely won't be nervous this time.
Another one falls.
Vomit Pig survived because of that bloodlust. Totally. Self-stress you. Why don't you hear this time? I felt bad. I mean, I know it wasn't like my fault, so to say, but I was like... Alright, Vomit Pig's down. Time to get rid of this swine hooker. Please don't crit us. Thanks.
Executed with impunity.
Tell it not to crit us and then I crit it. That doesn't seem like a good thing to do. Doesn't seem like a stand-up person to do that sort of thing. What week? I think we're on 58 or so. 58, 59? Know that if you use South Armor without food source, dupes starve to death. Yeah. Didn't know that one. Are you gonna have to start over, Chitin? This time you know I can actually do it. It's true, we've done that part before. We just gotta make it there again. Just gotta make it there again. This doesn't matter too much. Time enough to build the Vintner? No, I just kind of spent everything. It might be worth doing that this time. I usually don't use it, but it might be worth it if we're trying to get the Fanatic spawn, huh? Bad crit. Two blood per week, yeah. Had a heat famine, could not get your base cool enough to farm in time. Gotcha. I still haven't had that happen. The heat death. But, what cycle did you say you made it to? I think you made it further than I have now, right? We made it to win something. Shambler changed the infestation. Chance of a Shambler? No. Chance of a Fanatic? I didn't think it did, but someone told me a long time ago that higher infestation has a higher chance of Fanatic. Now, I know the more heroes that you have that have the curse on your party, the higher percent chance, but I don't know if higher infestation.
The ground quakes.
Almost 200, back to 28. Sucks. Probably got higher than I did. I don't remember what we got on that one. 160 or something. Wasn't super high. So these guys don't have a stress cast, and we already have like everyone almost riddled with a Crimson Curse. So basically I'm just going to stress heal with our Crusader the whole time. And we'll kill them like kinda slow. They don't have super high crit chance. I mean, obviously they can crit, but
is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Let's see. Does she still? Yeah, we'll probably camp to the next room.
Masterfully
Trying to figure the game out without looking at things. Yeah, that's how I like to play. Yeah. What'd you figure out? So it's going to die next round, so we might be able to get one more stress heal in. So I'm going to attack the corpse instead of killing it. Alright, we're going to get the stress heal. Normal heal. That's good. No, we didn't get it. Oh well, worth a try. Watch the base temperature. I gotcha.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
It might be worth starting to grab deeds too for another one of the districts. Like you said, the Vintners even, with us trying to get a Fanatic. Starting new game over and over again. Sounds like Crusader Kings. I still need to play those. Let's stun the Bleedy Boy here, Cutthroat.
Precision
Crit.
and power.
Puppies that'll kick you into the next dimension. What if these are evil puppies that came out of a haunted forest and they're trying to bite you and give you rabies, which will kill you and your 3 closest friends? Are you allowed to kick them then? You're gonna say no.
A devastating blow.
For a while, let's play all-nighters playing it until I'm productive following day. I liked reading about your empire. Feels repaid. Stress heal. Good crit. Is he going point blank? I kind of want him to point blank, as long as it doesn't crit. Oh, our Hellion's been dodging tonight. Lucky, lucky, lucky. not to overdo it. From puppy kicking, no.
Our community grew.
Misunderstood. All right, Orchestra, next time you're in the wheel and you get attacked by 4 puppies, don't you attack them. Don't do it. Input error. Input error. Thank you for the follow. Good, good.
This expedition
Let's go ahead and camp.
promises success.
Go ahead and camp for inventory space.
Gathered close in tenuous
And for
firelight.
buffs, let's see, immune to hunger here. 1, immune 2, immune 3, immune 4. So we need 16. We can actually feast. Just run every time, leave the dungeon. Nope, can't kill one. 6 hours till 2,700. That's crazy. Look at all those hours. Rakes that you roll hours. Phoenix 376. Thank you, Phoenix. Sid, almost 200. Souls 9999. All right, so we're gonna do 10% crit, 25% damage. Gonna prevent nighttime ambush. And we'll get last little bit of her stress off.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
The way is lit.
Require only the
No books for me.
follow it.
No eggs for me. How you doing, Seraph? 338. Thank you for those hours. 309 did. Thank you guys. Appreciate your time spent. Whether it's lurking or otherwise. Souls 9999. Madman, judging by our luck tonight, he will drop one of the other 2 rare trinkets. So the Madman has a 4.17% chance to drop one of 3 very rare trinkets. We have one. We have the one that I like the best, Overture. We would use, hey look, we got crit by a hooker. We might end up using Crescendo if we got it. We wouldn't use Arya's box though at this point.
Impressive.
Call DD, prepare to cry. Get behind that. Can't wait for the second. Oh, I know, me either. Me either. And 3. Take it easy, Lilek. What are you doing? Hit the one that hasn't taken its action yet. It's dead next round. 80% immunity from hooker comments. That's, you know, that thing is like, if life was like a video game. Hey, Gur, how's it going, by the way? Thank you for the lurk. If life was like a video game, what was the first thing you would do, sort of thing? And the answer, you know, look in the stat book to see what's going on with me. Just, you can see that as like a stat. 80% immunity from hooker comments. Like, hooray. Good crit. Got a little bit of stress heal in there.
Remind yourself that overconfidence.
We can't get a hunger proc in here. So 1 immune, 2 immune, 3 immune. We only need 12 food now, maximum. So I'll take these. Another scroll! The time I don't bring torches, we get 3 friggin' scrolls. Those are hot. It's true. Doing a good job, Lilek. Born with 99 luck. Quotes. Oh, shaving. Figure out why your suit off. Rolled some critical stat fails. A few areas you think. Can we stop getting crit? So the mark being in the back is good at least. Alright. Stun the drummer. Failing math. Crit.
Inspiration and improvement.
Good dodge. Oh. Alright, stress casters are dead, so we'll stress heal the rest of this with our Crusader. It's fine torches. It's alright. They don't have really a lot of bad negative quirks. These are fresh-ish heroes. I kind of want our Flagellant to get the curse, actually. Because then we have a really big chance of getting a...
Death waits.
I knew I should have moved him forward.
Slightest lapse in concentration.
Then we have a really good chance of getting the Fanatic if we want.
A singular strike.
Only 22 wood quotes? There's that many? Let's see what provisions we have left. We have 5 slots of provisions. Scout, so we do have to go down there. Twin rakes quotes.
Beyond measure.
It's almost as much rakes as there is wood.
And the foolhardy alike.
Yeah, no. Vomit pigs, the only downside to them now is that they're causing stress, but their disease doesn't matter. Hey, Mortal Vision, how you doing? Welcome in. Can use bandages on that for loot. Don't have them. Who wrote Grandma's? I don't know if anyone did. That's a lot of rakes. There's one spitter down. 2 spitters down. Now we're safe. Now we're safe. Resist that too. I'm gonna just stress heal the whole time with him.
A momentary abatement.
There was some quote during RimWorld last night about not needing government grandmas. 36 naked quotes. Crit. Kind of a benefit for collecting the stories on those pages. You have to read them, or do you need to keep them as loot? So the only benefit is if, other than, you know, learning the lore, UG is if you loot a page and you take it back home with you, you actually leave the dungeon with it in your inventory. You'll never get that one dropped again. And so if you collect all of the pages, basically you'll never get those to drop again, and you could get other things in place of that to drop. But there's so many of them, and it takes so long to get them all, that it's really not that worth it to throw down other things, unless you have like a... if you play on Darkest or Radiant, where there's not a time limit, and you're just going to have like a save file that kind of goes on forever, so to say, it may be worth doing that in the long run, but for the most part, it's just not worth. But they will stop dropping that specific one if you bring it home. Only 15 hentai quotes, really? Well, well. Gotta up my output. Was bye-bye, nurse their game time, yep. 52 quotes about butts? Yeah, no problem, Ugh. So there is benefit, but it's so small and, like, long-term that, you know, like, if you have an open slot, you might as well keep the page in there, like, especially a short dungeon. But, you know, don't keep it over loot. But if there's nothing else to put in that slot, you might as well keep it and not throw it down until you have something to replace it with. 10 Cletus quotes. Yeah, thank you, Phoenix. If there's ever something that's quotable, and there's no mod around to add it at that time, just clip it so we can make sure it's 100% correct, or even get a timestamp.
Paid for in blood.
1,500. Oh, we have over 1,600 quotes, yeah. Butter was also picked up. Gotcha. 4 painted quotes. Past 2 hours, how do people live before the internet? I don't know, Jeep. You missed some crazy stuff if you've been gone for 2 hours. Jeep, we almost lost the run multiple times. We killed a Shambler. We killed a champion boss. We had someone dodge on a hit that would have ended the run. Like, it's been a crazy ride these last 2 hours. Let's peek at that curio. 3 painty quotes. To a vampire, you can stay with them forever. There's a time they just go crazy. As long as you have blood. So eventually they're going to be craving. And if you give them blood, they'll go bloodlust for a little while and then they'll go back to baseline. If you don't give them blood when they're craving, they'll eventually go to wasting. And if you don't give them blood while they're wasting, they'll eventually just die. But as long as you have blood supply to give them, or blood supply to leave back in town for them to drink on their own, you don't have to worry about them dying. To the curse, anyway.
Unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Camo cloaks, moon cloak. It's been the best of times, the worst of times. Yeah, dead rat will prevent. That is true. No problem, Alistair. No problem. So we can't get any more hunger procs. So I can eat the rest of that food.
Otherworldly corruption.
Flawless victory. Take the torch. I'm not going back that far. We don't have the food for it. The last scroll is like back here, and the worst thing to get rid of is scattering. So, not really a big deal. Surprise. Surprise. Good crit. Etc. Excluding words like butter and button. No. It's kind of crazy. Good crit. Get these pigs out of here. Get these pigs out of here. This is our mating pit now. It was originally ours. It's ours again. It's dead too. Necrophyte. I know, we got crit right off the bat too. Like right off the bat. First attack. 20-something crit. Why are you counting them? Can we get one stress heal in before we go? Nope. Because of the bad influence. Alright, we did it. Yeah. Alright. No fanatic though, which is what we were really searching for.
You are doing just work ending them.
Risk taker. It's alright. I mean, I like dodge a lot. Natural eye doesn't matter. Phobia, flagellant. Not too bad. Almost one. Wow.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws. Fools.
Week 60?
All will
We might only have like 30 weeks left.
clear.
Or we might only have 1 week left, you know? Ooh, fresh recruits. Shame we're not wanting more hooker quotes. So. Finally the flesh. Finally the flesh. Final veteran boss. So as long as we have blood. Oh, one of my favorite trinkets. I'm not doing that. Long cove with a long champion cove with a thing from the stars there. No, thank you. Boots on the stagecoach look cleaner to you. I don't know. I've never really looked at it like that. Back to lurk cam. Thank you for the lurk. Have a good night. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Okay. So, what's the team we're going to take to the flesh? Let me go ahead and get this set up. And then we'll check if we have the blood. Taking a Vestal, obviously. Vestal with Beast Slayer, I believe. Yeah. Gear if you have upgrades on the stagecoach. I don't know. I mean, they have a chance to have experienced recruits, I think, don't they? We just got some that were, but they're, I don't know if they were at the top of the list because they would have been the initial 4. How many bosses are left? I'll double check. Something like that. Also not counting the Dark Dungeons. Yeah, somewhere around there. Let's see. Skid has Robust. Ling has Beast Slayer. So we'll go with Robust. Daredevil too, though. Extra disease resist. Or extra crit versus beast, which you probably won't use very much. Daredevil, hopefully we never need that, but it's possible. Disease might not matter at all, though, if he gets the curse anyway, so... I think I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take a Houndmaster. Eldritch Hater doesn't really help. We want defensives here. Like Luminous. Hard Skin versus Luminous. Versus Evasive. The thing is, BK, we actually need to level up for Darkest Dungeons. And then our Flagellant. Hoopa. This is our team for the flesh. Oh, let me check blood. Check blood really quick. Yes, yes. No craving 8. We're gonna have to do the Baron really soon. And then it's gonna put us a reset. It's basically gonna reset us for the Fanatic. I mean, if we don't get the Fanatic, it's okay. It's not on the boss list, you know, but I would kind of like to do it too, just to say we did. Right, let me count bosses. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Counting Wolf, we have 8. Sleeper, 9. And the Crimson Course. So 9 bosses plus Crimson Court and the Darkest Dungeons is what we have left. Alright.